to the Pulpmx Show, presented by BTOsports.com. Coming to you live from Las Vegas, right outside the Lion's Den, with your host, Steve Matthes. And now strap in and get ready. It's showtime.
I just don't like the guy. The guy's just a douchebag.
Yeah, welcome everybody. Time Last Parade Pulpmx Show, presented by BTOsports.com, and Fly Racing is coming at you. It's Monday, March 13th, 6:02 p.m. Pacific. Thanks for listening, everybody. Great show. Thank you for everything you guys do for us. Sponsored deals on Pulpmxshow.com for all the discount codes for all of our different partners and everything else. And yeah, we'll pay you kinda to listen to our show a little bit. And it's great to have you on board. Adam Cianciarulo will join the Daytona 250 Supercross winner, almost 3 years to the day of his last win. He will join us, of course. AC coming on our show Monday after his first win in 3 years is about as obvious as it gets. But what about Jeremy Martin? Second place at Daytona. J-Mart will be on the 450 class. We'll lots to talk about with J-Mart, and looking forward to having him on. Davey, Coombs will be on. Ustream and MX Sports announced an agreement that really shocked the shit out of me, to be honest. And so we'll have Davey on to talk a little bit about that and everything that's happening with that. And looking forward to having you guys aboard. Get it on iTunes, get it on Stitcher, we think get it on Stitcher. They've been really dropping the ball lately too. Get it on the Pulpmx app. Also Patreon on our site. Sign up for Patreon if you want. Get a little bit of ahead access of podcasts. Get a little sneak preview of podcasts that we do for you people, and some discounts on some products, some free shirts and things like that. We thank you people at Patreon for supporting us. Amazon banner on Pulpmx.com. If you're going to make a purchase on Amazon, go to the banner on Pulpmx.com, and then go. That takes you to Amazon. Make your purchase, and we get a small slice of that.
Love this guy right here.
And also, too, the Steve Matthes Classics. Don't forget about those podcasts. Volumes 1, 2, and 3 on iTunes or any podcatcher. Steve Matthes Classics. Lots of podcasts there. Lots of things in the backgrounds. And please check it out on that, and appreciate that. Also, commercial word of the day. We're going to do that again this week. So pay attention to the commercials, and we will pipe in with the word of the day, and that winner will win something random from us. And we got the BTO Sports Tweet at Travis segment. We got the X-Brand Goggle Tear-Offs, Race Tech Suspension, emails, Gear Alloy Cold Call. We have the NFAB JGR Check-In with Thomas Fichter from NFAB. And we have the Truck Hero Question of the Day. So we thank those guys for coming on. Also, to BTOsports.com, Fly Racing, NFAB Jeep and Truck Parts, Race Tech Suspension, Vortex Racing, best bars and sprockets around, fantastic company. Gear Alloy, Roost MX, Pivot Works, X-Brand Goggles, Michelin Starcross 5, KTMPartsExpress.com, Works Connection, FMF, Atlas Neck Brace, W Wheels, EK Chains, Guts Racing, Get Data, and Ride Engineering on board with us, as well as 2 Under, the best men's underwear out there. All of our discount codes, everything else is on there. Thank you again for listening. Let's get going. First up, he's been in the studio a few times before. Him back in again. He's single-handedly revived the paper brand of bars and sprockets and foot pegs. He is a former national title-winning mechanic with Dean Wilson at Pro Circuit, which means a hell of a lot more than my Supercross win, unfortunately. And he's a good friend of mine. We're welcoming him back on the show. Paul Perebijnos. What's up, Paul?
Steve, what's happening?
How are you?
I'm good.
You really liking those
I'm getting such a good laugh out of these. So you always talk about your Manitoba titles.
Yeah,
I'm looking at this.
Yeah.
Yes. So in 1988, you were Schoolboy A.
Yeah.
But then yet in 1990, you were in the novice class.
Everybody in Canada has to go through novice. Did it. No matter how good you were, you couldn't jump the B.
Yeah, but you were in A class already 2 years ago.
No, that's 80s.
Schoolboy A.
80s.
They make you ride novice.
Everybody in Canada goes 80s, novice, intermediate, expert. You have to do that.
Okay, all right. I'm still laughing a little.
No, that's fine. Go ahead. I'm not sure why we have those in the studio, but thanks for coming in, Paul.
Yay. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Everything at ProTaper good? ProTaper.com, brand new website, right?
Yeah, we have a new website.
Vortex Racing.
Yeah, new website, and everything's working good. I'm happy where it's at finally. So that's been a big task for a while. A lot of things. Just there's always a lot to do. So we don't, I do a bunch over there. So there's always something to do.
You do. We'll talk a little bit about maybe Loretta's comeback for you. You're national champion Loretta's 2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah.
Rumors are flying. You may be back in. We'll talk to you about that.
Okay. Okay.
Also to Daytona. Lots to talk about with Daytona. Also in studio, the 100% Goggles national sales manager, Charles Castloo. What's up, Charles? How are you, man?
Not much. Just in town for a cycle gear show. Here, checking out the Lions Den.
And what's your early thoughts on the Lions Den? Because you're a listener. You're a listener of the show. So.
Absolutely. It's not as janky as you make it out to be. And there's, the memorabilia, you constantly undersold the amount of stuff that's in this room.
And there's more in closets, too. Like, Pookie won't let me put it out.
Wonder why.
I don't know. Thanks for coming in, though. 100% Goggles, everything good there. You're national sales manager. So a little bit of removed from the racing end of things, which you used to do back in the day. But how are you liking it?
It's great. The brand's growing like crazy. And
X-Brand Goggles.
Yeah, Rich is a good guy. I like X-Brand, too.
Paul loves when I throw that in. So.
But yeah, things are great. The brand's growing, and it's exciting times to work there, for sure.
There are some people in the industry. Look, X-Brand Goggles, Vortex is a big part of our show and everything else. And there are some people in the industry that would never invite like competing guys in to talk about their brands.
Sure.
That's not what I do.
No, and it's
not
awesome.
We're not going to do that.
We're all in the motorcycle industry.
We are. A rising tide lifts all boats, and you guys are two cool people in the industry with lots to offer. Happy to have you in.
Not as cool as some people in the industry. Let's be honest.
No,
I am not that sweet.
Let's be honest. So I'm happy to have you guys here. I'm just busting your balls on it. We love X-Brand Goggles and Vortex, but 100% and Pro Taper, yeah, whatever. Hey,
awesome.
We're all in the same boat together.
Maybe I'll be working for 100% next year. Maybe he'll be working for Pro Taper next year.
Maybe you work for Vortex.
You never know. It can happen.
You don't know.
You don't know what'll happen.
702-586-PULP. Please give us a call. And pretty much anything you want on your mind, we'll ask you. We're giving away a fly racing goggle bag and grande roller bag tonight on the show.
Grande. Must be big.
If either one of you jerkies, if we get a call from someone that you like or you think's a good question, just be like, hey, what about the fly stuff? Because I'll probably forget.
Okay.
So just if you like somebody.
Good question. Give the guy the grande.
Yeah, whatever. Or if some guy calls in and says he's big fans of your guys or whatever.
Either way.
Probably not.
Now, Charles, your brother, Mohead, Dean Wilson's mechanic at Rockstar Husky. So.
Yeah. He's super stoked working for Dean, actually. He says he's a super hard-working kid and kind of hard on equipment.
Oh, so it would be the exact opposite of Christophe Purcell.
Correct.
Okay, just checking.
Correct.
Over there in the corner, he's producing the show. He's holding it down. He's already got calls on hold. He is the backflipper himself, the Dune Goon. T-Marks.
Hello.
What's up, Marks Dog?
Getting a thumbs up right now.
He's a backflipper.
Marks Dog. Stop it.
I want to watch that on Facebook Live.
Hey, so what do I got to do with what do I got to do on the output for Facebook Live? Go up more?
I'm not sure. But we got to turn the volume up.
Up, okay.
Yeah, we got to turn the volume
up. Just
up.
tell me that, bro.
I did. About 5 minutes ago.
No, but I went up. Now it's went up more. Okay. Let me know.
All right,
how's everything?
Good.
Perebijnos has not seen you since the backflip and was still wanting to talk to you about it.
Yeah, I'm still thoroughly impressed, man. That's gnarly.
Especially because he thought I was going to die.
Well, yeah, it didn't start out good. You have to admit that.
No, for sure.
That first drop-in really got us worried.
It was not good. That pedal slip was
no.
It was good for entertainment.
And again,
he was faking us out.
Did you watch the video on YouTube?
I think so.
How cool was Pastrana in that whole thing?
Like, yeah, that's kind of to be expected.
Right, though? Like,
he's always in a good mood.
He
really is.
Like, take some guy from Vegas, Dune Goon, and teaches him how to backflip?
How does it feel? I've been to Travis's house, too, but did you get the same feeling I got when you walked onto the property?
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like scared.
Yeah.
Like, what are they going to make me do?
The first thing is as you go on the property off to the right, you see the big old, he's got the skate park for his wife, and then he's got the huge ramp, the quarter pipe. And it's just like,
I'm getting out of my comfort zone here.
What am I doing?
I'm going to jump something I don't want to jump. I got to.
He always said the scariest thing about it was upside down in the foam pit.
Like, I don't blame him.
Talked about that.
Are you claustrophobic?
Not really.
You are now.
Yeah, I was as soon as I got upside down in that foam pit, though.
Gas is coming on.
Dude, it is not.
And Pete, hasn't somebody passed?
Yeah. Well,
from a foam pit accident?
Yeah, but
the paralyzed guy, right?
I don't know. Was it the paralyzed guy?
I think so.
But I did some research on that. They were just using foam that catches fire, like a furniture foam. Pastrana has like
flame retardant
foam blocks.
So the freestyler's on a budget.
Kind of right way to do it. Yeah.
And that's why they try not to use 4 strokes too. he said.
Why?
They get hotter. And
Header,
pipes, header pipes.
the
Sure.
pipes get hotter.
Yeah.
So.
Do you jump it with the fuel turned off on like an old 2-stroke?
Nope. Fuel on, everything.
So it's upside down gas. It's dumping out.
I would turn the fuel off on the way in.
Speaking of the backflip, though, Michelin Starcross 5, brand new tire from those folks, pushing the boundaries of off-road performance for riders of all levels, no matter the conditions or terrain. 4 versions: hard, medium, soft, and sand. The Michelin Starcross 5 tire combines a completely redesigned casing, more aggressive self-cleaning tread design, a durable yet more flexible sidewall, and a more pliable B package. Randy Richardson and the folks at Michelin were a big part of the Dune Goon doing the backflip. Pastrana uses the Starcross 5 as well. MichelinMotorcycle.com for more info. Great tire. We've had a lot of feedback from the folks on Twitter and on Instagram about how much they love this tire. And so please check it out. We appreciate those guys for coming on board with us. Davey Coombs, J-Mart, Adam Cianciarulo on board with us tonight. Should be interesting coming in off of Daytona. Okay, so let me start with Daytona with you, Paul. Lots of things to talk about, but the most remarkable thing of the evening was J-Mart second, Dungey's ride from 17th to 4th, Baggett 22nd to 7th, AC winning his first race in 3 years, or Tomac, laying wood again. Like, what's...
I guess it would have to be J-Mart's second is the most remarkable.
Yeah.
Because I just never saw it going down that way with J-Mart. Like I don't think what we saw was like I wasn't shocked, but it was the most remarkable of what you just gave me options of. But like he would have done that on the West in the 250 class if he had gotten that start. Like he's a good rider. He's always qualified good. I think I told you I had him guessed to qualify in the top 5.
We did our Fly Racing Moto 60 show on Thursday, and we asked you about J-Mart, and you said, hey, he's going to qualify well.
Yeah, he's fast. It's just his biggest thing has been getting out of the gate in the first lap. But somehow he nutted the start, and then a lot of starts actually came from the outside of Daytona. I saw if you went to the berm, you could come out good. Yeah. And he came out good, and, dude, the guy rode awesome. So,
but you also got to take into account that Dungey, Anderson, and Muscan were all still sitting at the gate when he launched out of the gate. So are we putting a little too much into his performance because he got to start because a bunch of guys?
Hey, he got 5th in the second semi. He went to the gate 18th.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that was obviously a blessing, I think, because...
Shift over, both of you, because I'm having to turn and,
Oh, sorry, we don't want you to stretch too much.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
Good drop.
Yeah.
Good.
Like it.
Go. Hold on.
Oh, you got something for him?
Hold on.
Fuck you.
A lot of build up to that one.
I know, right?
You got to be quicker.
Sausage fingers don't work as quick as they used to.
Up your drop game.
I know. I had to change my thing. Okay, so listen. So J-Mart, I was actually props to J-Mart. He fully admitted in the post-race stuff, like his 250 season and in the press conference and everything, his 250 season has been a disaster. Mm-hmm. And it really has. But it hasn't just been starts,
I mean, no, he's qualified good. I think that's... I think it's just been starts, kind of. I mean, when has he ever been in the front during a main event?
But even he
hasn't even had a shot.
I know,
but he should be able to come through the pack better and limit the mistakes. So yeah, there's more fault than just the starts, but yeah.
Okay.
Or the beginning of all the issues.
Yeah, I think so.
Truck Hero, supplier of premium vehicle accessories made in the USA to outfit light trucks and SUVs from bumper to bumper. Back Industries, Undercover, NFAB, bed rug, and husky liners. Truck Hero has you covered. To learn more about the Truck Hero and growing family of brands, visit truck-hero.com. Truck Hero question of the day to you two jerkies.
Okay.
Does J-Mart's ride in Daytona indicate that he's a better 450 Supercross rider? He made a mention on the podium. He's talked a little bit about, hey, people said I couldn't ride Supercross. Here I am on the podium. Truck Hero question of the day. Like, does his Daytona result do anything in your eyes to think, wow, maybe 450 Supercross is his thing?
Well, I mean, Daytona is not exactly a standard Supercross track, so...
No, listen,
no for me.
Yeah, I'm with you guys.
I'll go on a limb and say no. I think it's he got a good start. Some other guys were stuck in the gate or had issues, and it's not a typical Supercross track, so...
I will say this. I thought Tomac would get by him sooner. So props to him for 10 laps.
That's what I mean. He rode good. And I mean, I've kind of been on the J-Mart train a little bit. Like, I had him picked for the 250 title favorite.
Rider.
Yeah, before
not
that.
Daytona when he did well.
But
Was it?
That was quick.
Truck Hero question of the day. Was it his bars?
Yeah, rentals. I guess that's what it was.
He had the same goggles at 250 West as he did.
Now,
listen to
did
this
he
fucking
actually
guy.
have rentals on? Do we
That's
know?
a great
I
question.
don't know, but I would
He
imagine.
had an all black bar. I didn't know.
He had rental grips.
Okay.
The Naked Truth. FMF
Alright.
ran some ads like that one time.
What's that?
Truth.
The Naked Truth.
Yeah.
FMF ran some ads like that.
Anyways,
Because there is somebody out on the track using a disguised Pro Taper bar.
dude,
I just
here
can't
we go.
tell you.
isn't there like a bunch of people? There's another rider on the track using another pair of goggles with a different strap.
Really?
I would
Yeah.
assume so.
He may be winning races this year.
Oh,
Anyways,
I know who you're talking about.
it happens all the time. I mean, we
Right.
all know that.
Right.
But so okay, so the Truck Hero question of the day, like, great job, J Mart, like, great job, but not totally sold on 450. Like, hey, maybe he needs to get in the 450 class.
No, I don't think that's it. Not for me. I mean, because like I said, I think he would do that in the 250 class if he got a good start. I think he's a good Supercross rider, a decent one, but his starts in his first lap have been atrocious. But he got a good start and had a good
Has he
first
won
lap.
3 250 Supercrosses?
4, I think.
4?
I think so.
And 2 of them Daytona? I think so.
I'm not sure. I know
If only
he's
we had a stat guy in the corner that was paying attention
Atlanta,
at all.
Daytona.
If only.
Can't remember after that.
Pulpmx Show presented by BTOsports.com. Fly Racing. What's wrong, Marks? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Just going to
He's
recline for a minute.
moving shit around. Okay, all right. Let's get to Ryan. Ryan, what's going on? Welcome to the show. What's your question, man?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Nothing, bro.
Hey, so I got like a bunch of questions.
All right.
I don't know what's going to go with first, but
Shoot it.
I'm at my house. I'm just, Tindering right now, trying to, find the love of my life.
Yeah,
I started thinking about handlebars.
Yeah, that's what I do when I Tinder. Yeah, for sure.
No, I'm kidding. I wasn't.
weird
But no, quick question. Going back to the Davalos stuff last week, not to beat a dead horse or anything, right? But what the fuck are you doing? You're right. I'm Tindering. I told you. Anyway, so if I what do you want him to do? I guess when you talk about him underperforming and getting all these good rides, do you want him to just quit? Do you want him to just retire? What do you want him to do?
Steve just doesn't want him to blow so many race wins.
He's a really talented rider. He's, at this point, 12 years in, now credit to the great Tim Ferry, Marty made it through an outdoor season last year. Generally speaking, he averages about, I think, 6 or 7 races a year outdoors. Marty's a great rider, but he is what he is at this point, and I'm not quite sure why teams sign him up and pay him a lot of money. Ryan, if I'm Marty, you can't blame the contracts in front of him. You sign it, you do it. I'm not signing Marty. I'm not touching Marty. I'm not going.
Right.
I'm not doing anything with him.
I disagree with you there.
And
But no. Steve, that's more of everybody else and not him though. You can't come down on that guy because But no, I can come down to saying that he's not a winner. He's blown it too many times. He's got speed. That's why people get on me about the Amart thing. And Amart has been in the class a long time. Not as long as Marty, but a long time. Alex had shitty rides. Alex had a shitty time for many of those years. And Alex probably has 70% of the talent that Marty has. Marty is an incredible rider. Yeah. No, for sure. Hey, next question.
Yep.
Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being a great person, where's Adam Cianciarulo to you?
I mean, is there an 11?
Okay.
He just
So
tweeted. He just
that's-
listen. He just tweeted that he was so glad Pulpmx wasn't at the race.
Okay, so that was a post by Dylan Ferrandis or something. He got a podium, talking about you never know what you're gonna miss, but you just need to be there. Did you feel at all a little bit bad that you weren't there to see AC win that race?
No, I saw him win.
If
His other 4. Or
If
whatever.
you really love him,
3.
you'll stay home again this week.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe I stay home
So
again.
you literally give 0 fucks. That's fine. Okay.
No, dude, listen. Hey, look, Adam's a really good. I don't know how much you guys know Adam well. I don't know how much.
I was
you
at
know.
our circuit when Adam came. I know.
I was so happy.
Grew up in Florida. I've seen him plenty.
Yeah, I like Adam. He's a really smart guy. He's funny. He's been on our show a ton. He's a real good guy to talk to about the sport. He's well spoken and everything. But at the end of the day, Ryan, he doesn't care that much about me and we just do our jobs and we move on and everything else. I gotta criticize Adam if it comes down to it. You know what I mean? You can't get too close to these guys. But I enjoy Adam's company. We give each other shit a lot, and I like a Nicoletti or Osborne. They're cool guys to talk to.
Yeah. Hey, and last question. Sorry, I'm racking them up here. But actually, a serious handlebar question. Like, so, I've been riding for, probably 15 years now. And, like the Renthal fat bar has been out for a long time. Like the fatter style bar, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm just curious, like, for you, Paul, like, how much really changes? Like, if I was to cut that handlebar in half and look at it, like, what kind of technology is really changing besides, like, the crossbar thing you can adjust and stuff like that? Like, how is handlebar technology going to change in the next 5 years? I mean, or 10 years or whatever. Like, I just don't understand what's changed in, like, the last 10 compared to what Ricky was dominating on in, like, say, 07 to now.
Yeah, well, there's two parts to your question. For one, you were kind of asking what's the difference between, I guess, one branded handlebar to another. And if you were to cut them open, the material is different. Everyone uses a different kind of mix or alloy. Ours is a computer profile design, so it's a different thickness, wall thickness in certain areas of the bar to give a different flex characteristic. Ours has a coating inside to resist from water corrosion. So there's a bunch of differences between handlebars. They look the same on the outside, and I only know this because I have to know it. I'm not trying to sell you.
Right.
But
no, it's interesting.
But when you say handlebar like evolution, yeah, the Fusion bar was something new. The micro bar was something new. There's other projects that are coming from not just Pro Taper, but I know other projects that it's just like anything. Yeah. Like we're in the middle of it, and it's our business. We have to evolve. It's like we can't be Blockbuster. You have to continue to evolve and to stay.
There's a companies that make the 7/8 bar that moves into the 1 1/4 bar, the big bar.
Yeah, it's
that scares the shit out of me.
Have besides like rider testing, do handlebar companies have like special dyno kind of like systems?
Absolutely.
Like
yeah, well, that's why I always kind of give Steve some text when I hear about other companies in their sales text and the things they say in marketing, because I have lab results of all the handlebars of all the companies, and it's just not a I don't think it's a classy thing to do for a brand to degrade another brand to advance our marketing, or something. So that's not anything that I want to do. But yeah, they are different, and it's our job to tell that story in a classy, professional way. Without cutting down another brand, but yeah, they're not all the same. But we put bars on dynos and
Let me ask you this, and you've been this as a former mechanic. The grades of aluminum are massively different.
Yeah,
from one grade to another. From one grade to another. Now, of course, Renthal went forever with 60-61. What did they say their ads were?
60-61.
60-61.
Yeah.
And that always got me thinking, because there are literally thousands probably of grades of aluminum, hundreds anyways.
Classes and two.
Yeah. So, like, who decided 60-61? Like, why don't you just make it gnarlier? Because you can.
Like 7,000 series.
Sure.
Too rigid then.
Yeah. Hey, Paul,
I don't know.
Paul, has anybody ever tried I don't even know. I'm not an engineer. I might sound stupid right now.
I'm not either.
But okay. Well, what about titanium in a handlebar? Is that just too rigid?
Well, I was actually the Pro Taper guy prior to Paul being the Pro Taper guy, and we definitely, I don't know if he still has the project around, but we were absolutely working on some different exotic, not even metals, some different
I just feel
materials.
like a lot of the materials have been stuck in the old
days. There's carbon fiber in mountain biking.
Yep.
There's a lot of things, trust me, we're working on, but sometimes they never see the customer platform because they'll just be damn too expensive, or they don't offer any advantages.
Can you imagine a carbon fiber moto bar and then you crash?
It'd be so rigid. But it would be so rigid, you wouldn't want to ride with it.
Yeah, true.
Carbon doesn't flex.
Especially aluminum frame, right?
Yeah.
Aluminum frame, yeah. All right, thanks for the calls. Thanks for the calls, Ryan. Very, very coming in hot in the beginning of the show.
I rambled on there for a bit.
That's okay. Good luck with Tinder, bro.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, see you, man. Raining yellow.
Oh, man. You hear my voice?
He wasn't there.
I'm almost dead.
He wasn't there.
I know.
We talked about this on our Fly Moto 60 show. I said to Wygant, if he's not racing, which we don't think he is, James. I said there's a 0% chance he shows up if he's not racing, and there's probably a 0% chance he was racing, right? Okay. We just nah, 10% chance he shows, without racing. I'm like, are you crazy? 0. He's not showing up to hang out, James.
No.
No way.
Not. He would be bombarded the whole time. He wants to be out of sight, out of mind.
Right.
Does anybody know anything at this point? I mean, I'm wondering why release the statement saying that you're gonna, that you want to race, and then not update us.
No, that was an Instagram post after Chad spoke at the press release or at the press conference. I think it had more to do with that. I think it was like you know what I mean, like in his head, they're bitter rivals. I think it had something to do with that.
And look, he didn't say I'm coming for. James never said I'll be at Daytona. Never said that. We all heard that. We spoke about it, but James never said that. And when he says he'll be back, Rain and Yellow, he didn't give us a time frame. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, technically.
It's like the world's going to end one day. He's not going to give us a time frame.
Rain and Yellow, I heard a rumor. Hangtown.
That went well last year.
Hangtown, okay? Yeah. Keep your head up.
You're seriously making that up right now?
Yes, I am. Keep your chin up.
There we go.
How do we feel about Mookie's ride?
Poor Rain. Got to get some fitness going.
When's it going to go?
What's that?
I mean, we've been trying to get fitness going for a while, no?
Yeah, I mean, shit, I don't know what to say.
Listen to him.
But he looks good.
I don't know what to say either.
Marks, he's ready to jump off a cliff.
Yeah. He sounds very upset.
Yeah.
Well, hey, also my guy Cooper that, I've been...
yeah, you turned blue, yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm in rough shape. I'm practically dead, so...
All right, well, hang in there, buddy.
Good luck, guys, and you guys have a good show.
All right, see you, buddy. Hang in there. Poor guy. Okay, so 17 points the lead is? 19?
Yes, correct. 17. If he wins out, he wins.
Weech loves that.
He wins out, he wins.
Let's call Wagan right now.
But if he misses one, he doesn't.
The problem Eli's going to have is like Marvin all of a sudden is a little bit more human. He's had the flu and it affected him again this week. Anderson can't seem to get a start.
Needs help.
I don't know how. I wouldn't want to roll the dice if I'm Eli Tomac and Kawasaki on like, he's just going to get all the starts.
Yeah, but at least the cool thing is he controls his own destiny.
Yeah.
I mean, he hasn't had that.
If you're John and Eli, that's what you're saying right now.
Yes. If he goes out and wins, he will win. So.
I mean, interesting stat right here. He has 2 hole shots, which is tied for the most on the season, and his average start is best out of everyone in 450 Supercross.
Yeah.
Nobody would have bet that.
No way.
Yeah, and I'm a big guy that says there's good starters and there's bad starters. Eli has gotten better at starts.
Yeah. And it wasn't even his starts; it was his first lap. Sometimes too was terrible.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know how many times I saw Chad or James get a poor start, and then that first rhythm lane, all of a sudden they just come out of nowhere, and you're like, whoa. You know, like I even remember as a mechanic, you'd be like, oh yeah, Ricky's back there. All of a sudden you're like, no, he's not. Now he's third. You know what I mean? So that's always been an issue with Eli, but.
I think it's dangerous too. Like he's got a taste now, and he has the ball rolling. And Eli's always been good historically when he can get the momentum going, and he has a
And it's amazing how starts come around when the momentum starts coming.
How pissed are you if you're done? Are you pissed at Anderson, or is that just a racing thing? Are you like, I think it's a racing thing?
I think it's a racing thing.
What are we talking about?
A start.
Anderson jumped and Dunge went and Marvin went.
But who went first, Marvin or Jason?
No, Anderson did.
Anderson went, and Marvin hit the gate.
Yeah.
No, that's not even
okay.
Talking point.
Well, because it's your buddy you train with, so you're like saying to him, like, "Come on, bro."
Well, you're like, I thought the gate jumped. I'm going. I'm not worried about what you're doing over here.
No, I know, right? Who are we gonna cold call tonight? We didn't figure that out. We need to talk about that in commercial break or something.
We talked about NYK since he did lead Adam Cianciarulo to a win this weekend.
Yeah, he's really. I want to ask Adam about that, like what's going on with that and how's that's going, and flyracing.com and BTO Sports and the Pulpmx Show.
I'd actually like to talk to Nick more about how Vincent's racing's going.
I'm sure he'll talk to you all about it. Gearing, clutch setup.
I love it. He's all over it.
So how bad was that track too?
Yeah, I mean, it was a dirt bike track, but it looked hard to pass for sure.
I mean, look at Vince Freeze won a semi over Chad Reed. Clearly, it's difficult to pass. Right? Nothing against Vince. Great starter.
It's just better. Is he just better?
And Barsha won a heat, and he hasn't been very, very good all season.
That's because of his neon grips.
That's very possible.
Neon grips.
Got him the Lit Kit Award.
Matched his gear.
That's what I mean.
Yep.
Matched his gear, propelled him to the next level in confidence.
Do you normally make pink grips like that?
Yeah, we sell 7 colors. Barsha puts a different color on each week to coordinate with his gear. He loves it.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, I mean, you know what? Barsha hasn't been very good, but that heat race has got to help. Sure. No matter what, easy track or not, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's got to help. And so that'll be interesting to see how that goes forward. Dunge throwing his goggles at the end of the race.
Saw that. He was angry. I liked it.
Angry Dunge.
I liked the emotion. Let it out.
I'm sure he ran out of tear-offs at some point, you know.
We saw Angry Dunge put a pretty good pass on Jake coming through the pack, too. It's amazing how he's...
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he gets a little aggressive with Weimer sometimes. I feel like there's certain guys that he's around that he feels
Anderson's another guy that has no problem punting Baggett or Jake out of the way. But when it comes to Marv or Dunge or Eli, he's a little bit, Brayton.
It's amazing how that works.
See you later, Brayton.
That's why it was really cool when I saw Marvin pass Dunge so aggressively in what race was that? Toronto?
Dallas. Dallas.
Okay. All right. I want to say he passed him in Toronto too, before the whoops or something. Or no, what was the first?
Dallas.
Minneapolis.
The
first East round?
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever. Either way.
Vortex Racing, the Babbitt's Kawasaki crew used Vortex Racing bars and sprockets to dominate that series, although Jace Owen is looking good right now going into the chase. Starts this weekend. And Chad Reed, Cooper Webb, they used the Vortex Racing sprocket as well. Laser cut Vortex sprocket, all new V3 sprocket rocked by Ricky Renner and the Reed guys. And the V3 MX bar, 29% stronger in the competition. You can ride with confidence knowing that Vortex has put years of R&D and testing into these bars without sacrificing weight and speed. Vortex Racing, just a really premium bar and sprocket company, Paul. Just a great company of Vortex there. Fantastic to have them on board.
For sure. Big supporters of the show.
And
they're fuming right here.
And
Big supporters of the show.
Proud to bring you our first guest of the evening. This guy won his first race in 3 years in Daytona, and his home race at that as well. And he's a Pulpmx Show correspondent. Adam Cianciarulo. What's up, Adam? How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
We're good, bro. Nice work this weekend. Man, I had to feel good.
Yeah, it did, man. And to happen in Daytona, you can't ride it for it, so it was pretty surreal.
702-586-PULP. You got a question for Adam Cianciarulo. Give us a call. Brought to you by Vortex Racing. Adam, so the first ever Supercross race you went to was probably Daytona?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I didn't even know much about the sport at that time. I wasn't even sure. I'm even thinking back. I don't know if I had saw it on TV yet and wanted to go to one, or we just did it kind of as a family. At the time, I lived in Orlando, but that's only like hour 15 away. And yeah, I remember watching it. It's still a daytime race back then, and I remember RC was. I think it was one of the first big bike races RC won. I think it might have been like.
2000 was his first 250 Supercross at Daytona.
2000. Yep. It had to be 2000.
Yep.
So that was my first time. That was my first time there, and I didn't go to another race until I think I went to San Francisco a few years later. But yeah, that was my first one.
Oh, so you went to one Daytona as a kid, or you went to every year?
2 Daytonas, I think.
Oh, okay.
2 Daytonas. Yeah, I mean, I honestly haven't even asked my parents or anything. I just going off the sparse memory I have from back then. I think it was the first couple. And then when I started racing the amateur nationals, we have we had Lake Whitney or Mosier at the time, and then Oak Hill. So then we couldn't go at that time, but
it would be like
definitely.
It'd definitely be like the equivalent of me winning like the Winnipeg Supercross.
Adam winning Daytona?
Yeah, like if I won the Winnipeg Supercross, I would be so stoked.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Like it's awesome. Like, okay, look, I was going to ask you, does this win mean more than your other janky wins 3 years ago, or?
It's hard because I barely remember how it felt when I won, because I think for me, struggling all these past few years, to be honest with you, I kind of tried to block it out of my head because it's going to sound a little bit dramatic, but it's really not. It was easier for me to deal with it that way. Easier for me to deal with it, kind of the disappointment of not being there, just to kind of block it out of my head completely, and for kind of you almost forget how good it feels, But I mean, if you were to ask me, I would say that's the best I've ever felt after a win, But at the same time, if you would have asked me that after Dallas or something, my first win, I'm sure I would have, told you otherwise, or that would have felt the same or whatever. But just the fact that all my family was there, people that have, that were at my birthday party when I got my first motorcycle.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
It's just crazy. You can't ride it any better. It was just, and it's weird because I kind of just, I had a feeling coming into the race, like I was just dreaming about just how perfect that would be, and I I honestly, I felt bad on the bike all week. Monday, Tuesday, I was like, what's wrong with me? But I just had a feeling, and it turned out well, of course.
Did you go? If you went to 01 Daytona, you would have saw Kelly Smith on a Matthes Tune KTM 125 lead a few laps in the heat.
Oh, I'm sure he shot it.
Oh yeah, K Smith. We had good starts.
Gate was packed well.
Yeah, it was. Thank you. Paul likes to wave the fact that he won a national title in my face all the time, and I really have no comeback. I have no comeback to that.
I watched that season. That was solid.
Yeah, Rattray, Dino, and Baggett.
And imagine Adam, you know what it's like being in the truck with Mitch, and imagine all those egos going at it. Nothing ever happened until the last moto of the year, I think, or the second to last moto. It was a fun year. We were sick of pizza.
Oh my
sick
God!
of
You
it.
were like, can we order some Italian?
Yeah, sick of it.
It's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Funny.
Hey, Nick Way has been helping you out this year with the races.
Yeah.
And he's a friend of us, friend of the show, friend of everybody in this room. Well, not Mark's, but he doesn't like Mark's.
With everybody, really.
Right, he is. He's Nick Way. What's he been helping you with? How's that been going?
I think Nick is really good for me, of course, because he's knowledgeable, and I mean he's been around forever. And from his side of things, he can, because he obviously has so much experience, he can explain things to me in a really good way to where that only rides a motorcycle can kind of understand it, and it makes a lot of sense to me. Like, we just kind of click in the communication department, and we can get a lot done by not saying a whole lot, because I think on race day you're a little bit overloaded as it is, because you're trying to adjust the bike and you got a bunch of different people telling you different things, and he puts it in a simple way. And at the same time, like even after Atlanta, when I thought my life had ended after I got seventh, like he just comes back and he's like, yeah, it's like, you did this, but he's like, not. You can look in his eyes and you can tell he's been there before. Like, dude, don't worry about it. Like, you can just see that in him. And I think that's the biggest thing that's helped me, is like, because I put so much emphasis on the race and so much pressure on myself to do well.
Right.
To see somebody else that's been there and has credibility almost say, almost shrug it off. Like, almost it doesn't mean anything to him. It helps me a little bit mentally as well, having somebody around me like that. So just the fact that he's smart and, just the way he carries himself, I think it helps me all around.
Can we talk about your fantasy results lately? This Daytona went great.
It's not good. It's not good.
Did you pick yourself at any point yet?
Hey, seriously, I was laying in my bed Saturday night in the hotel, just going over the whole night in my head, and I was super stoked on everything, and I was like,
shit, I did.
Right before I about fell asleep, I was like, my gosh, I forgot to put in my fantasy pick.
That's exactly why we got riders in the league.
Yeah.
Adam, a little bit bummed out.
Adam, for all of our sake and for your sake too, you probably should not pick a team next week. And I told Steve he should stay home also. He should stay home.
Oh,
seems to be the good luck charm.
Yeah, you're right. And I ran orange goggles. My first Supercross when I had orange goggles. And the last 2 weekends I ran orange goggles.
Stop it.
Ricky took orange to how many main event wins that year?
I think he wore outdoors and indoors every year.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Hey, how many people on Twitter thought that that you were being serious too with that tweet about?
I retweeted it. I loved it.
Did you really?
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious.
Jerk. I just let it all go. I just didn't even reply to anybody. I didn't even care. They were like, "Wow, like this is unbelievable, breaking news."
Yeah, I know, right? It's so dumb. And then with Wacko's night, we got ourselves a points race here. You and Joey, and it's good work on that. Like, obviously, we all want to see Zach do well. He's had a good season, but this thing just got real exciting.
Definitely, I think coming into this week, I obviously had a little bit of momentum, a little bit of confidence after last weekend, and was kind of able to. I felt like I was going to do well this weekend. I mean, I didn't know it was going to turn out as well as it did, but I felt like I was in a good position, and I knew we had to make something happen, because it's getting to the point now where we have 3 more races before the break, and it's like if we don't start making something happen now, we're kind of relying on him to make a mistake or, something going in the last couple of rounds. And I think at this rate, I'm still I think I'm 9 down. But at this rate, at least it puts a little bit more pressure on him and really all of us. I think it's going to be one of those championships that comes down to the last couple of races and who doesn't fold under the pressure.
Bro, pull up to him, bro, this week. Elbow him, look at him, maybe like bark at him.
I had the opportunity. I on my way to the track, I always see Eldon and the guys cycling, and I had the opportunity to clean out the whole package.
Damn it, dude!
I like those guys, so I
just couldn't go to jail for manslaughter. Damn it!
No, I mean it's tempting, but. I'm just kidding. Anybody out there that there's going to be like 2 people that are listening that are going to take me slightly serious, so I would never do that. I like those guys.
Paul, as a former national winning mechanic and myself, top level mechanic.
Right.
AC was texting. We texted back forth a little bit. Adam, you thought your choice of a paddle tire, scoop tire, which was a little bit unorthodox, really helped you a lot, or were you just kidding?
No.
I love the scoop choice.
I want the fans to get an idea of what our text consists of, because you texted me just a thumbs up emoji after the race.
Right.
And I just text you back, paddle tire, bro. That's it.
Did you run it all night?
I did. I love it. Practice. Actually, Ian, he was like, he's like, you want to try the MX-11? I'm like, I didn't even know it was the full paddle tire.
Yeah, that thing's good.
Like, it's like more of an aggressive tire. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. And I seriously didn't even look at the tire until after the qualifying practice and realized it was a paddle. I was like, oh, man, that was pretty good. And the 2 main places we saw actually on the Lit Pro that I was killing it was coming out of the sand, and coming off the wall, headed towards the mechanics area. I was just driving so well, and obviously the start too. So I decided to stick with it. It was a little bit sketchy, like the first corner. It was kind of hard base. It was a little bit sketchy to turn there, as you saw in my heat race, and it was a little bit sketchy before the Dragon's back too. I split up that thing coming a couple of times, but. Other than that, it was sick.
Here's why I asked that, because I spoke to another top-level 450 rider. I can't give give the name out. Very popular rider, won Supercross titles. Speaking to him about Daytona. What?
Nothing. Go.
All right, okay.
Nothing.
He said, I mentioned that. You brought it up in an interview, Adam, with Racer X, and you brought it up with me, that you thought it helped you out. Your Lit Pro reaffirmed that your speed was good there. So I brought that up to this unnamed 450 rider who's very good, very popular. He's won a few Supercross titles. He told me, he said, how about me running that? He didn't know anything about Adam running it. And the Dunlop guys were steering him away from that. And he was saying, like, I wish I would have ran that.
I have a little inside info. Paul here ran the scoop tire in second practice at Loretta Lynn's. Same thing. Dunlop guys steer him away from it. Paul went for it.
Wow.
Loretta Lynn's title.
I was fastest in practice, too.
Wow.
That fucking tire's good.
So is Dunlop getting paid off by, like, Paul and Adam to keep the scoop tire away from people?
I would not surprise me with Paul.
You put it in the rut, Adam, you just turn the throttle and it just takes off like a hovercraft.
What surprised me the most about that paddle tire is, I swear to you, I was trying to get sideways in the whoops, and it wouldn't let me. It wouldn't let me. Like, those things were so rutted, and I just continued to skim them. Like, I don't think I did in the main, but in the heat race or in the practices, they were ruddy, and I was just crossing the ruts. I was just trying to get it to skip out on me, and it didn't, so...
You got to start getting that thing out first practice at some nationals if you can.
Yeah.
Millville or Redbud.
Bring it out.
That's a really good point.
Hey, AC, we got some phone calls for you. We'll get to those. Vortex Racing bringing you Adam Cianciarulo on the Pulpmx Show. Your practice bike guy is Brandon Anderson, who used to work for Yosh Suzuki.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he worked for Blake Baggett last year, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
But at one point he worked for Stu, correct?
Yes, I believe so. I want to say he was his practice guy.
Yeah, something. Did he?
Yeah.
How many Stu stories has he told you?
He really hasn't, to be honest with you. Nothing like he's not bashing.
No
bashing.
Yeah.
But maybe good stew stories, but
I don't mean good or bad, just stew stories, dude.
You are a dirtbag media guy. You're trying to dig for dirt.
No.
It's not gonna happen.
I want to see Brandon be like, yeah, dude, one time there was this quad at his house, and it was 340 feet, and James went on the grass, and he hit it, and I
told him, he's funny because if he sees him maybe having a little bit of a rough day or it's not clicking for me, he'll try to get the spirits up a little bit, be positive, even though maybe I'm not riding the best or whatever, and I was doing some whips or something at the end of the day, or I was hitting a jump like in between doing starts or something. I was like, just to test him, I was just like, just because he's so nice, I was like, how was that one? Yeah, I knew the whip was terrible.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's pretty good. Yeah. And I'm like, you work for James Stewart, dude. Anytime I ask you if my whip is okay, you are lying if you say anything but no. And
right.
That's only James Stewart I have story.
No, I just figured he'd tell you something like, oh, there was this one day he scrubbed the house. Like he hit the bowl berm and went over the house, touched the top of the house with his left grip, and then landed on the downside.
You're reaching now.
I know. Let's get to the phones. Daniel, what's going on? Welcome to the show. What's your question for the Daytona Supercross winner, Adam Cianciarulo?
What's up, guys? First, I want to say thanks for having me on the show, and first, I want to say congrats to Adam on getting that win.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, no problem. So first question is strength training gets a really negative look in the fitness aspect of training for Supercross and motocross. So I just wanted to know, what is your favorite strength training exercise that you do?
This one's for you, right, Steve?
Yeah.
Favorite strength training exercise, I think what I've found this past off season that's been really good for me is the skier. The skier, it's a concept too. It's like a rower, but you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing has been, especially for me, for my shoulder, that thing has really helped me out. It's kind of a lot of it's upper body. I mean, you use your whole body too, but you use definitely upper body a lot, and the shoulders, and that's helped me out a lot. I'm on that thing at least a few times a week, so I think that would be that. It's it's considered cardio, I guess, but
sure,
it's kind of a strength exercise for me. So
I like that. Are your shoulders 100%, Adam, or do you still feel a little bit like you could get better?
No, they're good. They're 100%, man.
Okay,
100%.
And one more quick question, if that's all right.
Yeah, go ahead, bud.
So other than what's been previously stated in interviews, where you say a big part of what's helped you now working with Kenny and the Nest and Peter is that it's more tailored towards you compared to how Austin kind of has.
I like this.
Oh, he's got some good. Yeah, Daniel, really good job on the questions, bro. Like you studied this stuff.
Yeah, I do a lot. But so what I was saying, rather than the fact that Alden kind of has his program trained for Dungey, and everybody else kind of just does their workout involved in that, other than the fact that it's tailored now for you, what's another big component that's helping you get back on top of winning?
Big component. I mean, that's hard to say because I feel like in the past my problem has been lack of preparation because of injuries. So I don't feel like I've really ever put myself in a position to be successful, but I think right now, just kind of having an off season under my belt and training what I feel is best for me and my body, I think, and also just being more mature and not being both mentally and physically, trying to grow and gain strength and do all that stuff. It's difficult. It's super hard to do. And I just feel like I'm, even coming into the season, I just felt like I was in a lot better spot overall and kind of keyed on some things. With some, physical therapy and rehab of certain areas that I've really helped me. It just gives me confidence in my body. Even some falls I've had this year, I'm able to hop back up, and it's really not that big of a deal because I feel like my foundation is so solid. And I think that is just the confidence that you need to kind of succeed at this level. You have to hang it out. So you got, in order to hang it out, you have to have confidence in your whole program.
I feel like maybe the negative media tweets don't exactly help your cause either. As far as going to the races in a positive state of mind.
What do you mean? What are you referring to?
When you said you're happy, I'm not there.
Well, if you don't want to come to Florida, Florida doesn't want you.
All right. Hey, Daniel, do you ride?
Yeah, I do.
You want a fly racing grande roller bag and a goggle bag for those questions?
That would be awesome. I would love that.
Do you have fly gear, or do you have another brand?
I do not have any fly gear. I'm actually about to make a purchase from BTO Sports to get some new gear, so I might have to look into the fly.
That's what I'm talking about, Daniel. Stay on hold.
This guy is the man.
He is. He's the best caller we've ever had, I think, and that's it.
Adam might actually even might remember me. I see him like every single year at High Point. I spend probably like 2 hours outside the pro circuit rig trying to talk to him and hang out with him.
Wow.
Your voice sounds familiar, man, but
probably blows you off. He's a jerk off to his fans. I'm sure he blows you off. Hey, Daniel, stay on hold. Marks will get your information. Thanks for the call, man.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks.
So, Adam, it's Charles here from 100%. Got a question for you.
X-Brown Goggles, Choice Champions everywhere.
Yep, so last year outdoors, obviously you had a lot of injuries coming in, and the goal was sure to stay healthy, right?
Yes, sir.
So,
yeah, that was definitely up there on the list.
So it's a double-edged sword, right? Because you stay healthy, people start saying, "What's wrong with Adam Cianciarulo? Is he ever going to win again?" In reality, you're sticking to your plan. So my question is, I guess, did last year's outdoors go to plan, or were you getting frustrated towards the end because you hadn't made more progress towards getting back to your winning ways?
It was frustrating for me because the first few races I was so far behind the eight ball. I kind of expected to get my ass kicked, but as we got a little bit deeper into the season, like even at High Point, if you guys remember, I was able to get the whole shot, I think, in the second moto, and it's like, man, I have like 4 laps in me, and it's just the fact that I felt like I should have been able to come off a couch and do that, and just everything I had gone through with my body. It's just so many things that were wrong with me, and it's frustrating, especially when you feel like you can go that fast. Like the speed's not incredible. It's hard, but it wasn't incredibly hard for me, to run that. And it's just like you see all these guys in front of you, and they're right in front of you, and you can't push anymore. You're too tired, and that's for me. But when I'm just slow, it's easier for me to deal with because that's just a problem on my end. So I think it went to plan. Until Charlotte GP.
Oh, I really, it sucked that you crashed in Charlotte, like in the second turn there going 50. But yeah. I do think you had the tweet of the year with, Pike's tweet to Seeley was 15, right?
How'd that work out for you?
Yeah. Was that 15?
I don't know what we're talking about.
Probably 16.
But Pike took, no, I think that was 15. Pike had the tweet of the year. But okay, Adam had it. Adam was either first or second when he picture of himself upside down America. I cannot tell you how much I laughed at that. Like, I'm sorry you crashed and hurt yourself.
I'm glad I got some comic relief out of it. You're totally worth it.
Red, white, and blue gear, America. You're upside down.
I was charging for all that bonus money.
I know, right? The purse money would have been just insane. Let me ask these two jerkies in the studio. So, AC's percent pie, he stays with Pro Circuit. What do we say? Long-time Cali rider. He's been riding them for 100 years. Percent pie out of 100.
Since I was 7, actually, 2004.
Okay. What do you think he stays with Pro Circuit, or does he switch?
I say 90% plus. He stays with Pro Circuit.
I think so too. I'm in the 90 range. Paul?
I'm going to say 92%.
92.
Ooh, yeah, that's nice. I like it, Adam.
Nice,
I like it.
Paul. All right, let's get to some more phone calls here. Josh, what's going on? What's happening? What's your question for Adam?
Well, really a question for Adam, but I guess it can apply to him too.
Okay.
So did you guys see the creepy dude on Vital that has an airplane that flew over the Stewart compound and took pictures of like Stewart and his dog and like all kinds of weird stuff around there? So I guess, Adam, how would you feel about that if some dude was flying a plane over your practice track?
I did not see this. I'm not sure what you're talking about. But Jody Weisel does this too. He flies over the test tracks and takes photos, like whatever. Right?
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Aircraft. Like it seems a little creepy to me. Adam, what are your thoughts on that guy?
What are my thoughts on that guy? I mean, I feel like it's kind of free airspace up there. I mean, people can look on Google Image these days, right? I mean, I don't know if it's live up to the second, but I mean, I feel like unless you put a roof over yourself, you're kind of at the mercy of the airplanes, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't really see the issue with it. I mean, whatever. It's a little creepy for sure, but
it's a little bit weird to post it, I guess.
Yeah. Charles, what do you think? Did you see this?
I didn't see it.
Okay. Paul, you see this?
This is the first I've heard of it.
Okay.
With somebody as mysterious as James, though, I mean, he was like to get the inside scoop and post about this blow up 5 pages.
Yeah.
I feel bad for that. He's that popular,
dude.
I feel bad.
You're not in the media. My Twitter, email, Instagram, like people want to know what's up.
He's bordering like real life movie star. Like
in our sport, he moves the needle, man. Good or bad, whatever. Like, yeah,
that must suck.
But if you got some photos of JS7 on a Honda, motoing down.
Not when he was on 125s testing.
No.
I mean, that's one of the cool things about our sport is you can be like the most famous guy in the sport, but you can walk down the street and be normal and not get bothered. You know
exactly.
What I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like Chad Reed can go to grocery store in Dade City. If you're Mac Miller or someone, you can't do that.
If you're a moto fan in Claremont,
Mac Miller said,
he's fucking cool. I like him.
Who's Mac Miller?
Is this a rapper or something? What do we?
Hey, you know the Ariana Grande song? My chick told me about this. Is about what's she saying?
We're on Facebook Live right now.
Okay. Maybe we should save this for Kiefer After Dark.
Maybe. Hey, Josh, anything else or?
No, man, that's it. I just check it out. Check out that.
Well, okay, wait, Josh. Where do you stand on this? You sound like you think it's like super weird.
I mean, I think from a legal standpoint, it's good, but it just creeps me the F out. And if I was a factory guy and some dude was flying over my house with an airplane with a really, really good camera and taking pictures of me and my dog, I was freaked
the
out.
fact that it's high quality pictures, that's kind of sketchy.
Yeah, I mean, can you shoot him down like legally because he's in your airspace?
If he's in Texas,
so.
Okay.
It's Florida, man. You can do whatever you want. I think.
Yeah.
This is in Canada.
All right. Thanks, man. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I need to see those photos. I don't know.
I don't know, eh?
Hey, did you see Villeman at the Nest this week?
This week? Like Monday?
No, before Daytona last week.
Oh, I did. I think.
Was he screaming?
He rode different days than me, I believe. I think I rode on. I had to do press stuff on Thursday, so I wasn't able to ride. So I went Monday, Tuesday, and I think he went. I saw him on Monday, I believe.
I just wanted to see if you had any DV stories about him yelling at you specifically.
Yeah, he did yell at me, or not yelled at me. Remember, last time I was on. It was right before the last time I was on. I was saying something about the track being dry, and he was like, he's like, back in 85, this is how I did it, and I wouldn't complain about it. And I'm like, dude, you're not paying $30,000 to ride that dry foot trail,
Yeah, he wrote in his column today on Pulpmx.com about how all these riding facilities are awesome, but they're groomed and watered too much, and they make babies out of riders. That's what he wrote. So,
well, I mean, I guess it's just different times.
Dude, one time back in the day at Glen Helen, we showed up for an outdoor test. Villeman, Ferry, and Chad. Chad went home because it wasn't groomed. Chad went home, and I'm like, Jimmy Perry, are you gonna? Is this okay?
What year was this?
04?
Yeah, he was fine with it. Okay. Chad was winning. He wants.
I mean,
bro, you can't
ride. What is wrong with you, dude?
You can't go home. It's a test. We all worked. All of us mechanics worked our balls off to get forks and cylinders and parts ready to test.
Who did better at Glen Helen?
You showed up. You said the track sucked balls, and you went home.
Hey, who did better at Glen Helen?
Probably Chad.
Okay, there you go.
How is this legal? How is this okay?
Different strokes for different folks.
You can't go home.
Word up.
All right, you want to take some phone calls from some ladies?
I mean, I guess, sure. I'm down for whatever.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Carrie, what's going on? Welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks, Steve. Hey, just a quick question for AC. If he could pronounce his last name for me, that would be awesome. And what is his obsession with corgis? Those are my only questions.
All right.
That's easy. Okay, so the last name it's got, from my understanding, there's a way to say it in Italian, and there's a way American people say it, and I've been taught both. The Italian way is Cianciarulo, and what I guess, I don't know if it's proper to pronounce it in America like this, but it's Cianciarulo is the, that's what I say.
Now, Ralph says Rulo. Ralph really hangs on the Rulo at the end.
See, I don't, you're going to get me screwing up my own last name. Like, I screw it up all the time. I just kind of say it as fast as I can. I don't know. It's Cianciarulo.
Whatever.
Like
and then what about the corgis? What's with the corgis?
I just like dogs with short legs. Same thing with basset hounds. I think it's funny, like watching them waddle around all the time. I mean, corgis are cool because they run faster than basset hounds. They're not as lazy and they don't have as many ear problems.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately for me, both dogs shed, and I'm not about walking around my house all day with a lint brush, so I will not have either in my future.
The bassets suit my lifestyle really good, AC. I'm not going to lie.
I agree, dude. I agree.
Carrie, anything else?
No, that's it. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for listening. Appreciate it. All right, last question for Adam Cianciarulo from some chick named Pookie. Pookie Matthes, welcome to the show.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. Big fan of your show.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah,
Long-time listener.
I'm listener.
I hear the host is hot. That's what I hear.
Hey, Adam, I just want to tell you how happy that me and the 3-6 Nation are for you. We always believed in you. We knew you could do it. You're back. You're right here. Congratulations.
Thank you, Pookie. And there's no question that I couldn't have done it without all of your support. I know I didn't get your name in on the podium, but that was just a brain lapse on my part, and I'll make up for it in the future. I love you very much.
Ridiculous.
Oh, I love you too.
Ridiculous.
And I have to say that you and Nick Way has got to be the cutest combination in all of moto training rider coach history.
So so it's Pookie. It's not a boy band. It's Moto Supercross, okay? It's not a boy band.
But if they were a boy band, it would be really good.
Like NSYNC good, Pookie? Backstreet good?
No.
It'd be one level below the new above Backstreet
New
and
Kids on the
NSYNC
Block.
and
Yeah. The show has new low. Thanks, Pookie.
Whatever. F you, dude.
All right. Come up here later. Great. Thanks. Can hear her downstairs. All right, Charles, you got a question?
Speaking of NYK, Adam, how much has Nick had to do with your bike setup? Is he changing links and we're doing races and laps? And
No, Nick is smart, and he knows that.
He knows bones.
Maybe too smart for his own good, actually, sometimes.
He knows the drill.
Bones! We need a link!
No, he definitely, he knows how the deal works, and, he'll give me input on, maybe what he's seeing or something like that, but he's never going up to, he doesn't even talk to Bones about it. He's not even like, oh man, I think this, think that. I think he just relays information to me, and he lets me, make the judge of it for myself.
Cool. Anything else, Paul?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Adam, thank you for coming on.
No problem.
Thank you. I'm
Anytime.
sorry. Congratulations on the win. I'm happy for you. I think everybody's happy for you. You're a good dude, and it's been a long time coming. A lot of work, like you said a few times. And although had somebody be like, "Hey, man, are you surprised Adam won?" I'm like, "No," and I'm not surprised he won. No.
I think right after he got in the lead, I texted you. I said he's going to be hard to beat with the lead because he hasn't led a race, I think, and been prepared to lead a race for a while.
Well, it's I know, Adam, you said, who knows if we're going to get a win. But to me, I'm like, yeah, he's going to win again. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Here, Adam, I got a question for you. So, what do you? I think I know your answer because I think you're the type of person that would agree with decisions you made in the past and wouldn't regret things. But you came from basically the super mini class to the outdoor nationals. Do you think you did that too quickly, or would you now, where you're at now, would you have waited and went through Loretta's on a big bike?
I think. It's hard because I didn't know what was really going on, inside of me at the time. Like when I did decide to go pro, obviously came into Hangtown, and I was not going to Hangtown to win or anything. By
you were
means.
sick too, I think, right?
Yeah, I was,
race.
Yeah, before that though, yeah.
I did press day, and I couldn't even ride. Bones actually pulled me off because I looked that terrible, and I went straight to the hospital, and I was there for 2 days. They told me I had cancer. Like, they couldn't figure out what it was. I had salmonella, but I just wanted to get out there so bad at that point. I didn't let myself kind of regain all my, surprisingly, I actually did have a little bit of strength back then, but a little bit of strength back, and I think I might have came back a little bit early. If I could do it again, I would probably just come back for the last 3 outdoors.
Yeah.
Yeah, after Loretta's.
Just because after I got sick, I would have waited. But if I hadn't got sick, I don't regret it.
Oh, I see. So yeah, just not go to Loretta's or anything. Just get healthy and come back the last 3. Right.
Exactly. Right. I should have just waited a few more weekends. I kind of, once you start racing, it's kind of hard to get out of that hole, and that's what kind of screwed me a little bit. But yeah, I mean, looking back now, I mean, would I have been as good in Supercross had I not kind of learned to get my ass kicked and learn to race with those guys?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. So.
Well, yeah, and that's the good way to look at it. You've been through some things now that I think you have more tools that it takes to get the job done that you want to get done now, which I would imagine is try to win this title. And you've been through some things that'll hopefully help you.
Exactly, and I remember, 2 weeks ago now, Steve, you wrote in one of your columns that the championship was down to just Joey and Zach. So I have that screenshot on my phone just in case.
Thank you very much. I don't recall writing. I doubt I ever did.
Of course.
All right, buddy. Thank you for coming on. Congratulations on the win, and look forward to seeing you in Indianapolis, man. Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you.
See you, man.
Congrats, Ryan.
Adam Cianciarulo, brought to you by Vortex Racing, official bars and sprockets of the Babbitts team, and sprockets of Cooper Webb, who, did you see Webb's Instagram? He said coming into Detroit. So that's another week off.
A week,
Indy's this weekend. So Cooper Webb, Chad Reed using Vortex sprockets. Email Jake at vortexracing.com for a killer deal from anything that the Vortex guys have. Let's
How do you think he does when he comes back, Steve?
Webb?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think he can get, he was really close to winning when he left.
I bet when he comes back, he's on the podium.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't you think he takes a race or two? No?
Really? I don't think so with Cooper.
Anybody know how long he's been riding?
No, I don't think.
I
think he's gonna come back and he's gonna be very good.
Let's knock down some phone calls and then go to commercial break here. Don't forget Facebook Live on RacerX Online. Kate, you got a question for Paul Perebijnos. What's up, Kate?
Yeah, hi everyone. I just want to thank you, Mr. Matthes, for using. I love to listen to Pulpmx in my bedroom all the time, so this is a really cool show.
Oh, good. Thank you. Sorry for the swearing, Kate. We may swear once in a while. I apologize.
It's fine. So my dad wants to know, Mr. Perebijnos, about the handlebar setup. So it's about how do you set up the mini bar with torque taper? He wants to know, is it kind of like sag or is it kind of different?
Sag?
What
yeah, sag.
Talking about the micro bar maybe somehow?
He said picking the bar for a bike.
Picking the bar.
That's tough a lot of times because you don't know what is on your own bike a lot of times as far as measurements. And when you look on our website, it's really just a bunch of measurements that you're looking at. So the two most important measurements that I would look at if you're trying to select the right bend is height and sweep, and that tells you obviously how much a bar is, how high a bar is, and how much it pulls back towards you. If you're a taller rider, I think a straighter bar is better, maybe a little taller bar. It's really one of those things that is kind of unique in the handlebar business, I guess. Is it's hard to find what bend you like, but typically you stick with that bend for the duration of your career.
Is there a bend on the micro bar that's most popular?
Yeah, the KTM 50 is the most popular. Schoolboy High is very popular after that. It really depends. What bike are you trying to put it on, Kate?
I actually have an RM85 Suzuki.
Okay. I would say maybe Schoolboy High would be a good one, or I believe it or not, Honda Mini I think might work well on an RM85.
This is
I actually ride a Schoolboy High right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually using it.
Yeah, so you can get a micro bar in a Schoolboy High if that's what you're wondering.
Kate is our own Nash's daughter. Our very popular Nash.
Okay.
Gentleman.
Okay.
Gentlemen.
Thanks, Kate. Thanks for the call.
Thank you for supporting me with the Pro Taper Bars, Mr. Perebijnos.
Oh, there we go. That's very nice.
Thank you. That's cool.
Thanks, Kate.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
We should have got her to say gentlemen. Why didn't I do that?
Joey was asleep on this start, by the way.
Dark Side, what's up? How are you, man?
I'm doing good. Real quick, for Perebijnos, per Keeper's recommendation, I went to the Fusion Bar recently, the SX Bend, and I love it.
Good.
So
Good to hear.
I just got a new bike Friday, and I've got to order another set.
You run it in the unlocked position or the locked one, or do you?
Yes. I ran it unlocked. I tried it both ways, for about 20 minutes each. I liked it unlocked.
Could you tell a difference?
I have a couple buddies with them. They only say unlock is.
I leave mine unlocked all the time, too.
I run mine locked.
You run yours locked? Wow.
Okay. What's up, weirdo?
Different strokes for different folks, again.
Yeah.
And for Castloo, I'm just going to say X brand.
There's champions everywhere. Yep, fantastic. The cool thing about X brand is Bevo and Kuzo don't work there. That's the best part of X brand goggles. X brand goggles. The company does not have douchebags working there. But anyways, carry on.
Yeah, hey, that's for sure. Rich is the man. So my question was, what was your guys' opinion on them going to 20 laps instead of time? Do you feel like that even matters? Did it bug you that they changed the format?
It did bug me. I understand it came from the Speedway. The Speedway was saying we want a longer race.
Yeah.
I don't like that, though. Like, I don't care what you want, Speedway.
Yeah, the biggest thing to me is just the ability to change a rule mid-season.
What's the time on the race there?
You know what I mean?
You can't see it on that one. Let me see here. I want to see the 250 or the 450 race went 23:49.
Yeah.
So a little longer.
So a little longer. It would have been, what? It would have been 20 plus another
I don't...
1.5?
18 total. Dungey would have ended up 5th.
Yeah, we saw that nerd guy.
Good point.
So there were 2 extra laps.
And again, according to the riders, they didn't know it till they got there.
Yeah, and that's bogus too.
But you can't let the arena cross guys ride Saturday because there's a rule.
Right.
Because there's a rule.
Can't change rules.
And we can't change this rule book no matter what. Except that it comes to Daytona, we can change the format.
Yeah, I mean, that's just another example that they can change the rules and do whatever they want whenever they want, but they only do it when they don't get pushback.
No, I don't really care, Dark Side, like whatever for me, but it was a little weird.
That's what I thought. I was just curious because, it's inconsistency.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing I think that's bothering me is inconsistent.
Yeah. All right, man, that's all I had.
All right.
Brand.
Dark Side, thank you, bud. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Let's get to Adam. Adam, you want to talk about Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, I want to talk about Chick-fil-A.
Bring it.
I just want to get a motocross stuff. I'm not a motocrosser at all. I don't do that. One of my best friends does. He got me into, Pulpmx.
Oh, cool.
He brought me to Chick-fil-A for my first time, and I complained about it the entire drive home, and he said I sounded just like Steve from Pulpmx. So that's how I got into you guys. But I just want to say that I completely agree with what your opinion was.
I gotta go to a store. People tell me I gotta go to the store and all that, but I thought it sucked balls.
I guess they call them stores in Canada.
I can get a better chicken burger, like chicken sandwich from McDonald's, like Chick-fil-A.
Whoa.
I mean.
Ooh, that's pushing it.
Whoa.
No,
neither one of these guys is buying that.
Definitely not pushing it. They put mayonnaise on their shit.
No,
you
you're
get it without the mayonnaise,
You're hitting the wrong thing.
Thanks, man. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, no problem, dude.
All right, appreciate it. Last call. This is Ratcliffe. What's up, buddy? How are you?
Hey, guys. Just want to talk about different track features that make for better racing, specifically Glendale.
Glendale was good.
Glendale was good. So I went back and watched the race, and I was like, I think one of my favorite features was that sand sweeper that had 2 berms in it into the step up over the over-under.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I loved it. It was great. The sand section in Daytona, suck balls.
Suck balls, yeah, because they keep doing straight sand sections as opposed to dual bermed nice sweepers where you have double lines.
Did you happen to notice the sand section at the end of Daytona? It was just big, giant inside berm to big, giant inside berm. You would never go outside of that line. You would never do it.
Really similar to last year. I was at Daytona Live last year, and there was barely any passing. It was super narrow and single rut, so everybody's going to file in.
I'd like to bag on Ricky because I'm not a fan, but I understand the Speedway got sued a few years ago when a bike flew into the guardrail and broke somebody's leg. And then also there's the pit lane was widened by 12 feet, so you lost 12 feet on the pit lane side of grass. and you have the speedway size where people are getting hit with the thing, so they want to keep the speeds down. So the speedway is telling Ricky, hey, you have less room to work with. Keep the speeds down. Watch this sprinkler head. You always got to go around some sprinkler heads apparently that are there. So it sounds like RC's hands are tied a bit, but the track blows. That track sucks. If you look at Daytona from like back in 2003, the last year, to now, it doesn't even look the same. So
how can we get more of these nice big sand sweepers with a dual berm that goes into one berm that leads to great passing?
Yeah, because remember Phoenix? You went underneath the over-under, and it was one big like
up over that super steep little
what would that
table
be?
thing.
Not a 360.
270.
260.
It was just about a 360.
Yeah.
And they kept grooming in two lines, so it was instantly everybody had their own berm. And then it came
What's
together.
funny over there? What's wrong?
I'm just laughing at you trying to figure out
what is that?
270.
Nerd guy.
He said it.
He didn't say 270.
I did.
Yeah, he did.
First, and then you looked at me weird, so I said 260.
Oh.
My math was wrong.
He's the backflip guy. He did 360 into the foam pit.
Can you just work on the app? How about that? How about you work on the app and not worry about the 360s and 270s?
He was probably crunching.
I'm working on it right now.
Crunching freaking numbers and
forbidden.
Angles of degree of rotation, all the whole way to Maryland.
Nothing is forbidden in this show. He just does what he wants. Absolutely. No, I liked it, man. I like Glendale. Glendale was a big floor.
I think that's the secret. I think so much they get so hung up on we got to be creative with the layout and not do the same thing. But honestly, the same thing with longer lanes and more 180s makes for better racing.
Velleman wrote about it today. Long lanes, long whoops,
180s.
long start straights.
Long lanes.
Yeah.
180s and then something with two berms so that two people can ride fast around the corner.
Yeah.
Together at the end.
What about a split lane? Do we like split lanes? No.
Brings a little. I mean, it's a little something different, but odds are every time with the dartfish and all that kind of stuff, they get it dialed in, and everybody takes the line. So
that is something too. We bag on the track guys, at least I do, but the teams are so much better off nowadays. They have the dartfish, they have the shadowing, they know exactly. They got stopwatches and sections and everything else. They know.
There's no
Is dartfish making racing worse because now everybody knows what the single fastest line is, and they are exploring two lines.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
Making them both better.
Dirtworks' new hashtag will be ban dartfish.
Yeah, but hey, when we got Toronto and like 25% of the floor is not used because you don't want to buy more dirt.
Yeah,
that's one thing I think that for sure it's come up a lot. There's been concrete showing a lot.
We've had one bike jump in the stands in 40 years of Supercross, and you ban bowl berms.
There needs to be more dirt.
Daytona, you can't jump into the stands really. So why were there not big bowl berms at Daytona?
I don't know.
I mean,
thanks, Ratcliffe. Thanks for the call, man.
All right, thanks.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks everybody for listening. Appreciate it. KTM, you're going to be.
Do you think that was Daniel Radcliffe
from Harry Potter?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
You ride a Husky?
I do.
At the Riders, you're going to ride a Husky?
That is the plan.
Well, KTMPartsExpress.com, the #1 online source for all your KTM/Husky needs. They've been 40 years in business. They've got the latest and greatest parts and everything else. Their warehouse is packed full of latest KTM Powerwear clothing, Powerwear parts, accessories, genuine KTM parts. If you use the code Pulpmx at KTMPartsExpress.com, you will save 15% on your order. So go there online, order your KTM Husky parts, punch in Pulpmx and save. We really greatly appreciate Charles Castloo and Paul Perebijnos in studio here. We're going to take a commercial break and come back with Davey Coombs. Jeremy Martin's coming up. We got a Gear Alloy cold call. I just remember I didn't tell JT about the show, but he's on the East Coast, so probably no JT. But we'll have Travis Marks. All right, everybody, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
I'm Weston Pike. I ride for JGR-MX Suzuki, and you're listening to The Pulp Show, and Steve Matthes is an idiot.
All of us have one thing in common when it comes to leaning that bike into a corner, floating a dirt bike through the air, or blasting a sand berm in a UTV. And that is passion. At BTO Sports, our foundation is built around family, which allows us to offer unparalleled customer service. Knowing we share a common interest, we look forward to the weekend as much as you. So we offer 3-day express on orders over $85. BTOsports.com is proud to be a premier source for motorsports parts and apparel for well over a decade, due to our reputation for excellent customer service and great prices. From motocross to mountain bikes, sports bikes to UTVs, BTOsports.com has what you need, because our passion reflects yours.
Yeah, that's right, people. That's Van Halen. I want to tell you about my two favorite things in life, Van Halen and Fly Racing. FlyRacing.com, they make much more than just moto gear, mountain bike gear, snowmobile gear, hard parts. They've got it. flyracing.com. The F2 carbon helmet. It's as close to a factory bike a helmet can get. It's out of the box and onto the racetrack ready helmet for guys like Millsaps, Baggett, Kennard, and Pike. Carbon fiber, Kevlar, Pulpmx, MIPS. Fly Racing's F2 carbon has 10 different graphic styles, 22 colorways. Go to your local dealer, get them from flyracing.com. Please check them out. A whole line of hard parts as well. Flyracing.com.
So tell me why can't this be love?
Do you ride a stock bike? Then why drive a stock truck? NFAB offers innovative products to take your truck or Jeep to the next level. Innovative high-quality styles will let you customize your vehicle just like you customize your bike. The new RKR rails with patented detachable steps provide ease of entrance around town and clearance and protection for an off-highway adventure. NFAB's direct bolt-on MRDS pre-runner bumper with multi-mount and LED helps light up your world. Justin Barcia, Weston Pike, and Filthy Phil are all NFAB users and fans. Visit nfab.com to learn about all of the innovative products and how you can outfit your build. NFAB. Get your truck in gear.
Attention KTM riders. Need a little orange bling for your KTM? Maybe some cool new KTM power wear? Or just a few parts to freshen up your ride? Whatever you're looking for, KTM Parts Express is your place to shop. KTM Parts Express, the #1 online source for all your KTM needs. With over 40 years experience in the motorcycle industry, customer service is our specialty. Our warehouse is packed full of the latest KTM powerwear clothing, powerwear accessories, and genuine KTM replacement parts. Huge inventory, great prices, fast, accurate shipping. Use the code Pulpmx to save 15% off your order. KTM Parts Express, the #1 online source for all your KTM needs.
Everybody knows Racetech is the #1 place to go for your suspension. Everybody knows that if you go Pulpmx 17, you get a discount at racetech.com. But besides that, did you know Racetech, they are now the home of engines as well. Racetech suspension and engines, great guys. They've done a lot of great work for a lot of privateers and different riders in the pits with their motor work. Precision Engine Services are dyno, flow bench, and then track tested to provide maximum performance and reliability. The Racetech Engine Services uses the industry's most desired state-of-the-art equipment and a championship-proven experienced team. They're really pushing their engines, and they're really doing a good job down there, those people. Think about how many years they've been doing incredible suspension. Well, they've added engine work to their program with guys that have been around the sport for a long time. Pulpmx 17 gets you a discount on their engine services, whatever it is. Rebuilds, performance, they can do it. Got 4-stroke motor problems? Racetech.com, everybody. Check them out.
Guts Racing, the leaders of seat technology, has tons of new stuff for 2017. Guts Racing has new products like RCH Factory Suzuki graphic kits and complete Husqvarna seats. Guts Racing has added new gripper material colors, fluorescent yellow and pink, to go with 9 other colors we already have. Guts Racing even expanded to more teams and riders. 2017 Guts Racing will be seen on JGR MX, RCH Suzuki, Factory Husqvarna, Cycle Trader Yamaha, Blue Buffalo, Barn Pros, MCR Honda, Pro Circuit Kawasaki, Malcolm Stewart, and many, many more top teams and riders. Guts Racing has the world covered for 2017 and beyond. So now it's time you join the Guts Racing team by using discount code PULPMX2017 for 30% off at gutsracing.com.
Hi, Randy Richardson from Michelin here, and I'd like to thank the Pulpmx Show listeners for your support and share some information about Michelin motorcycle tires. Michelin offers motorcycle tires for everything from cruisers to sport touring, sport bikes, and adventure touring motorcycles. And as we celebrate our 10-year anniversary of our iconic partnership with Harley-Davidson, you'll find Michelin Scorcher tires on an increasing number of factory-equipped Harley-Davidson motorcycles. New for 2017, Michelin introduces the new benchmark for sport bike tires, the Michelin Power RS, featuring many of Michelin's patented technologies, all of which contribute to the incomparable grip, handling, and flickability of the Michelin Power RS.
I just want to hear the motocross stuff.
Fair enough. Let's focus on the Michelin Starcross 5. Because the Pulpmx Show listeners are important to Michelin, we're going to continue to sponsor Steve's janky radio show.
That's right.
While I'm not like some people who say,
I know everything,
I do know a few things about motorcycle tires, and I'd like to share some of the key features and benefits of the Michelin Starcross 5 tires with you. And I promise it's not a bunch of corporate
blah, blah, blah.
The Michelin Starcross 5 tires are specifically designed for use in a broad range of conditions and terrain. They're available in sand, soft, medium, and hard versions, and are offered in 21 size and fitment applications.
Yeah, you like that?
In addition to the exceptional performance and durability, the redesigned architecture of the Michelin Starcross 5 features a bead profile that makes the tires easier to install. And everyone knows
easier mounting, always a good feature.
If you're riding on Michelin Starcross 5 tires, but you have friends that are still buying other brands, please tell them,
No.
encourage them to try a set of Michelin Starcross 5 tires. And if you haven't tried Michelin Starcross 5 tires yet,
you're out of your mind, dude.
Visit your local dealer or online retailer to purchase a set of Michelin Starcross 5 tires and install them on your bike. Who knows, they might just help you learn to do a backflip in a day. It worked for the Doom Goon. To learn more, visit MichelinMotorcycle.com and follow us on Instagram at Michelin Motorcycle.
Want a chain and sprocket kit but aren't sure what you need? Then call Vortex Racing at 800-440-3559 and get hooked up with a V3 Performance Kit. They have more gearing than your garage has room for. With over 30,000 possible gearing combinations, Vortex has the right gearing for any track condition. It's a ridiculous amount of gearing for nearly any bike. Join the ranks of Chad Reed and Cooper Webb on the factory Yamaha Supercross team and rock a Vortex sprocket. Available in red, black, blue, silver, and green. Yes, green. Call a doctor, because things just got sick. Warning, may cause extraordinary power, excessive performance, and speed so fast your eyes will bleed. Call Vortex Racing at 800-440-3559. Mention promo code PULPMX16 to get 40% off your next order. And don't forget to sign up for the Vortex Athlete Support Team for 2017. For more information, call 800-440-3559 or visit vortexracing.com.
Attention riders, welcome to Atlas Air Flight 604 with non-stop service to a better neck brace. Please follow along as we outline the safety features of this revolutionary device. Located on the underside of the frame is a convenient, easy open system. To fasten, simply insert the release bar into the left frame. To release, push the release button and pull the frame apart. We suggest that you keep your neck brace fastened throughout the duration of the moto, as you may experience an unexpected huckabuck from time to time. To ensure a safe ride, please keep your neck underextended at all times. In the likely event of an over-the-bars emergency, your brace will double as a suspension system. Although the Atlas brace will not be noticeable, it will be there when you need it. If you are riding with a child or someone who requires assistance, brace first and then assist the other person with a prodigy, tyke, or roll. We ask that you keep your brace on until your moto is finished. Maximum surface area is located on your chest around the sternum, back around the spine, and up over your shoulders with extra padding over your collarbone. Should you need more, please request a Defender Roost Guard or Guardian body armor. We remind you that this is a non-rigid neck brace. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the product is prohibited by the limited lifetime warranty. You will find this and all other safety information in the user manual located online at atlasbrace.com. At this time, we ask that you remain standing with throttles in the wide open position, elbows up, and 2 fingers on the clutch. On behalf of the captain and entire crew, thank you for flying Atlas Air. Enjoy the ride.
WUSA is the #1 source for quality wheel sets and wheel building services. They are the exclusive importer For Talon and Kite hubs, along with DID and Excel rims. Their wheels and wheel building services are trusted by the finest teams in the country. Teams like Factory KTM, JGR Suzuki, Rocky Mountain MC KTM, Rockstar Husky Star Racing, Monster Energy Babbitts. They all trust of ya. No job is too big or too small. WUSA, everybody, we thank those guys for coming on board with us. Whatever you need for your wheels, hubs, wheel building services, they've got it. Mention Pulpmx when you call down there, and they'll give you a discount. They ship nationwide. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at WUSA.com. WUSA, they're all things wheels. Do it. WUSA. Do it.
Gear Alloy Wheels. Since introduced in 2004, the Gear Alloy brand has dominated the truck, SUV, and Jeep market with a wide range of styles, sizes, and finishes. Featuring unique, aggressive off-road styles, along with fashion-forward SUV styling for today's discriminating sport truck and off-road vehicle enthusiasts alike. Designed and engineered in SoCal in order to stay on trend with design. And sourced worldwide to ensure the highest quality, best-looking product available. With styles available in 16-inch through 22-inch diameters and 5, 6, and 8-lug applications, including 10-inch and 12-inch wide options. Whether you drive a Ford, Chevy, GMC, Dodge, Ram, Toyota, Nissan, or Jeep, there is a Gear Alloy wheel style for you with 20 different wheel styles to choose from in black, machined, milled, and chrome-plated finishes. Gear Alloy is a proud sponsor of the NFAB and Pro Yamaha GNCC race team and has been a longtime supporter. 7-time WMX champion and X Games athlete Jessica Patterson. Be sure to check out all the Gear Alloy wheels at GearAlloy.com or ATDWheels.com. Get your trucking gear.
Starting now, you can use the code PulpMX17 to save on Gear Alloy at SoCalSuperTrucks.com.
Gear Alloy wheels for your Jeep, truck, or SUV. Get your trucking gear.
Established in Northern California in 1989, Works Connection's original idea to bring top-shelf motocross and supercross products to market still holds true today, offering protection and performance upgrades in the form of either aluminum or plastic skid plates, the patented Pro Launch Start device, radiator-saving radiator braces, or the unique tack hour meter with maintenance timer, being just a few of the product choices Works Connection stocks. Tested and trusted by RCH Racing, JGR Suzuki, Star Racing, Rock River Yamaha, and Babbitts Kawasaki, you can count on Works Connection to provide reliable products that deliver. Available on the web at WorksConnection.com or your local retailer.
Founded in 1999, PivotWorks was created with the vision of providing a fast, easy, and complete solution to maintaining the suspension and chassis of your dirt bike or ATV. By taking all of the hard-to-find parts within the different chassis and suspension segments and packaging them into one easy-to-order kit, PivotWorks helps simplify the way you buy dirt bike parts. You can save time and money by ordering a PivotWorks swing arm or linkage rebuild kit that contains all of the necessary parts for a complete rebuild. Whether it's wheel bearings or a complete shock rebuild kit, PivotWorks has what you need to get your bike or ATV handling like new for a fraction of the price of the OEM parts. If you race, just like restoring bikes like Matthes, PivotWorks should be your first choice when it comes to bearing and seal replacement. After almost 20 years of business, PivotWorks is still the leader in OEM quality aftermarket bearing and seal kits. And PivotWorks is giving back to Pulpmx listeners by offering a special 30% discount for all placed online. Go to pivotworks.com today and use the discount code PulpShow2017 for a 30% discount on your order. Ride hard, ride fast, ride PivotWorks.
EK Chain set out to design a chain that was as elegant and beautiful as it was strong.
result is the 3D chain by EK. The first thing you'll notice about the 3D chain is its formed outer side plates. They have a curved form that helps to reduce weight. The centers of the plates have a recessed rectangular stamping that adds an eye-popping appeal. The inner side plates feature lightning holes and rounded edges to further reduce mass and put more power to the pavement. 3D chains by EK are available in 3 colors: chrome nickel, black gold, full gold. 3D's elegance is matched only by its strength. 11,400 pounds of tensile strength to be exact. That's enough to handle any motorcycle, no matter the terrain. The QX2 X-rings that are featured in the 3D chain have a better wear resistance than standard QX rings by 30%. This more efficient design results in a chain that transfers 1% more power and torque to the rear wheel. EK is accepting applications for rider support. Get your 3D chain by EK at a great price through the EK Rider Shop. To apply, visit ekchainusa.com and click on Rider Support.
Welcome back, everybody. Pulpmx Show presented by BTOsports.com and Fly Racing. Gun, gun, gun. You've been gun so long. You've been gun, gun, gun so long. Who doesn't like mid-'80s Canadian rock? Boogie raised their hand. Travis raised their hand. You know what? Screw you guys. Screw you if you're calling me a her. It's good stuff. Perebijnos from Pro Taper. Charles Castloo from 100% Goggles. National Sales Manager. Not a fan, Paul?
No, this is weird.
No, this is weird. This is really weird and scary and everything else. Welcome back to the show. Thanks to Adam Cianciarulo. Thanks for all the phone calls. We got a ton of you guys phoning in. That was awesome. Appreciate that. And also appreciate the guys at Honda World Downey, where the 5 freeway and 605 freeway meet. Over 1,000 new Hondas in stock, over 100 used cars, 30 minutes from anywhere in LA. If you want a deal on a Honda, please call them, check them out. Call Steve down there. Mention your Pulpmx listener. They will beat any price or meet or beat any price you have out there. From the Honda World Downey guys, they hooked me up on a great deal with the Ridgeline, and we've had a few listeners buy some cars from them. And we appreciate their support, so please check it out. Honda's got some great vehicles. Jeremy Martin rode a Honda vehicle this weekend, a second. Good job by him. Now, the plan was never for J-Mart to go to Indy this weekend. Would you have sent him to Indy?
Who am I when you're asking that question?
If you're Jeremy Martin or Dan Bentley? Are you saying, I want to go to Indy, we're sending you to Indy?
If I'm Jeremy Martin, I say, no, my stock's at a pretty good rate right now.
Right?
If I'm Dan Bentley, I say, yeah, let's
go.
keep him on the
Let's see
bike.
what else he's
Let's
got.
keep it going. Yeah, interesting. Because you guys both know there's a lot of politics behind that.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Different things and different reasons. So it is interesting to see Daytona Supercross coming up, or just passed, I should say. And we talked a little bit about Tomac and Dungey and Jeremy Martin, of course. Charles, I'll start with you. Barsha won a heat. Marvin had an off night, feeling it from the flu. Chad did something where he almost decapitated Brayton. But what else stood out for you in the race, Charles? Like, what else did you think?
I think Baggett was a very sneaky good ride. I mean, he fell early on. I think on the first lap of the main, you can see kind of off in the one of the wide shots, Baggett picking his bike up, and he rounded the first lap in 22nd, I believe, right?
Yeah, 22nd.
I mean, he passed a lot of good dudes on the way to
what
his
is it about
finish.
Baggett in that place? Like, what he won? I think he's only got 2 or 3 250 Supercross wins, and
2 of them there.
Sounds right.
2 of them there. Yeah.
So he got more than 2 because he won Dallas once, right?
Okay, yeah. Won Dallas on a Suzuki.
Yep.
Yep.
So I think it's just a feeling thing. He really enjoys that soil, and I think he gets that extra little spark of confidence just because it's more of an outdoor style track. So, and confidence breeds a lot of positivity.
Justin Bogle, DNQ.
I'd like to speak with him about my fantasy team. He could maybe make a check payable to Charles Castloo for $100. Appreciate that.
Okay, so we talked about Baggett for a long time being the fastest guy with no results. Millsap's fastest guy with no results for a little bit. All those guys have gotten results. I feel like Bogle's the guy next.
Yeah, I would completely agree.
He looks good. I don't know if it's his riding style. At times, he looks great. He looks fast. But, dude, he either crashes or just something happens.
Yeah. I mean, there's times when he even gets good starts, puts himself in position, but then when that happens, he'll crash. Or he'll get a bad start, and like the LCQ this weekend, and struggle to pass Alex Ray and Cade Clayson, guys like that. So it's
Mookie and him, 2 guys that you're just like waiting.
Yeah, those are two good examples. I mean, and Barsha, we were waiting for kind of different reasons. He's coming back from an injury, but he's performed a bit. I mean, he won the heat. He's got some top 10s.
9th in Toronto.
Yeah,
did he get top 10 this week? No, I think he fell first turn, right?
No, fell in the first turn and came back to 11th.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's riding past Malcolm and those guys that we just spoke about. So,
who would you sign next year? Mookie, Barsha, or Bogle? Say the price was the same. Say the price was the same.
Barsha.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
I think I go Mookie.
I think I go Mookie too. Mookie's good, dude.
He is very good. You're right. He's good. He looks a lot like his brother on the bike too. He's fast, but if I'm running a team, I think history shows that. Yeah.
I gotta say, I thought Mookie. I gave him some slack early on. I thought he'd be better by now. I really did.
I agree. I mean, I mentioned that a bit with Raining Yellow earlier. He's been back for how many races now? 6.
No, he missed the first 2, so we're round 10. So he's back
so
for
8 rounds. I mean, that's a long time to get up to speed and get a little bit of fitness on your side. So I really honestly thought he would be a bit more fit by now.
Paul?
Yes.
Mookie?
What about him? Sorry, I was watching TV.
I will turn this off. I will turn this off.
Just watching Barsha's pink grips.
Purple.
You know, Race Tech suspension.
He's mad.
Paul Perebijnos, you know the benefit of changing suspension oil or getting the right spring rate or nothing or something on your suspension. Don't just leave it out. Get it serviced. Get it worked on. Sure, do you need the revalve and the conversion from air to spring, and do you need the kit stuff and the gold coating? No, but get your oil changed. Get the right spring rate. Get your bushings done. Your seals.
You're angry.
Just do it, you assholes. Racetech.com. Use the code Pulpmx. I just get mad when bikes aren't serviced right. That's all. Get your bike serviced right.
Okay.
And whether you want motor work done as well, the Racetech guys as well doing engines right now. Since 1984, Racetech has been the leading source of suspension parts, tools, and service, as well as the engine work that they've got going on now. The gold valve from Racetech is tested and proven. Kyle Chisholm runs Racetech suspension. Michael Alessi, Vince Freeze, semi-winner. Vince Freeze. Sucks they cut the semi-race winner interviews out. I forgot about that. And Vince lost his limelight a little. Yeah, starting this year. They stopped interviewing those people. But they all use Racetech suspension. Cody Gilmore as well uses Racetech motors, engines, and suspension, I should say. And please use code Pulpmx17. Here's some emails. Not that one. That's for next week. All right. Ask Danny sent this in. Ask the tough questions. The Martin interview was ridiculous. You build all this hype and act like it is going to be some big deal. Blah, blah, blah. Martin comes on and gives squat responses, and you laugh along with him and apologize for him. Martin says, "Oh, you just don't understand how hard it is." Bro, we get it. That is not an excuse. After all the tough talk, big opinions, and reasoning, you rolled over. Lost my respect and my support, dude. All he needed to do was put sad, exclamation point.
Talking about Davalos?
Yeah, my Marty interview last week. Interesting that Danny would feel that way. I don't feel like I pumped it up that much. We did get some voicemails, though, about it also, too, this past week on our voicemails. So let's play a couple of those. We had Marty Davalos on the show last week. And for people who don't know, I've been slightly hard on Marty over the years for his career. And so let's play these voicemails. You guys had some things to say as well.
Hey, Paul. What up, Steve? What up, Mark's dog? Eight Thoughts. And sorry about my call earlier. Ricky called me on the line. I know he was talking some shit about you, Steve. I had to hang up on this answering machine. But so just listen to your episode here when you're talking with Davalos. You know, it's supposed to be some big, huge hype. Like, oh, our team Davalos is coming on. Oh, shit. Red alert. DEFCON 5. And it was a pretty big letdown, man, to be honest. You know, like, I like you, Steve. You usually do a great job. I understand you have to walk the fine line between, you know, being, I guess, hashtag edgy and also still, being representative of the motocross industry and keeping your job and sponsors, and you can't shit on people too much. But I really have to agree with Marks that you kind of were a little soft, you know. You came in like a big veiny Viagra penis, and you sort of ended up like a little tiny, baby dick. It was a bit underwhelming, my friend. Obviously, because of those sexual references, you're not going to use it on the air, but I'm sure you're going to hear this. But dude, come on, man, that was a bigger letdown than last time a girl saw me naked, man. It was not cool, and I was just a little bit underwhelmed, as I think a lot of people are. And I was expecting more. And also on the topic of keeping it real, Payback's a B-word Bowers. Love the guy, keeps it real, doesn't talk like a. Anyways, I gotta go. I got work to do here. See you later.
People didn't like Bowers on the show last week. I don't know what it is. Gee whiz.
What about him?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I like Tyler. I like him in the show. He offers some opinions. He's not afraid to say things. I like him. But look, it was obvious. Davalos came on the show last week. Props to him. Credit for him. Timmy made him do it. Mm-hmm. He came in with canned responses. I wouldn't even be surprised if he had a script a little bit. And that's fine, whatever. He kind of mentioned the same thing over and over. I expressed why I bag on him to him. I don't know what else, because I can't make him say, he did say, hey, I don't really want to talk about my personal life, a.k.a. the social media thing. And I was like, well, we got to ask you. And we did. Bowers asked him, said he gave him props for showing up that weekend in Glendale. He said Tyler said if it was him, he might not even show up after all that stuff that went down. I don't know what else people wanted. I mean, it's not, this isn't Iraq interrogation treatment. I'm not going to waterboard Marty over the phone. Like, I expressed why I bag on him. He said he's from Ecuador and he come a long way with nothing, and he made into something, and he's gonna take these deals. I don't know what else people wanted.
They just want drama.
Mark's over there called it.
They just want drama.
Called it soft. He said the interview was no good, but I don't know what else I could have done.
I didn't say it was no good. I said you were a little soft, and I'll stand by that. I do think you could have been maybe a little more.
And what was I supposed to do then?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. You don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it just seemed like you were trying. I think maybe.
Guy in the chat room says he thought it was great.
I did not say it was bad. It did seem like you were. I think part of it is because you seemed a little more buddy with him than most people expected.
The guy's going to come on the show. I'm not going to berate him. This happened with another guest we had on, too. Like, you come on the show. I appreciate that. It takes balls for him to come on the show.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
I'm not going to go on and be like, what the hell? Like, I'm not going to. I appreciate him coming on. It takes balls. I'm not going to start yelling at the guy.
I mean, and you spoke your point. You didn't just avoid the whole subject.
I can't be like, oh, bro, I don't know what you're saying. I always say, I can't say that.
You owned up to what you've been saying. You just didn't beat it to death.
Right. So, I don't know. Let's keep running the voicemails. We got more.
Hey, Steve-O, what's going on, man?
It's Gringo.
Hey, I try to not call in too much there because I know that you said that they don't like the voicemails or whatever the case may be. So, try to limit it a little bit, but I just wanted to commend you, bro, on that freaking show with Davalos. I haven't even heard the whole thing yet because it's Daytona week over here with all this bullshit. Bro, that's some epic stuff right there. And I'm going to tell you why, all right? Whoever thought he was going to be on the show, that's number one, okay? Number two, after what had happened, we all know, right? And the dude comes on the show. That's, you know, this is Oprah Winfrey shit right here. You know what I'm saying? This is Dr. Phil. This is good stuff. This is meat. See, now you're bringing the ruckus to that ass. You are. It's all you, bro. We speak your name. Anyway, I wanted to commend you on that. I finished that part. I didn't even finish the whole show, but that
Bring
is
the
freaking
ruckus
great.
to that
Where
ass.
else are you going to get that extra meat? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's some good shit. But anyway, I want to commend you. Beautiful job, and I want to commend Davalos. That takes balls. Coming on there after all the bullshit, the haters, and, you know, he's talking about you. Remember all that? Dude, the guy comes on. That takes balls, bro. Just like Travis Marks going for it, doing the backflip, shutting the brain off, and just going for it. The dude stepped up, came up. Just for that, you can't bust his balls. The dude comes in there and does his job. That's bad. I mean, calls in, but dude, I was really happy for everybody there, you know. And Bowers, you know, the point that he brought up, about, you know, the guy could have just shriveled up in a corner. You know, you see what I'm saying? And the guy shows up there and puts in a good performance on a bike. You know how much concentration and all the bullshit and distraction and the heartache and, I mean, come on, bro. You know, that's a big fucking deal. And where did he come? Where did he go? Pulpmx. That's the bottom line. People could say whatever they want. It was boring or this. No, bullshit. That was some good shit. I just wanted to let you know, man, I was happy for you. I was happy for Davalos. The whole thing. Anyway, bro, much love, man, and
Gringo,
just keep it fucking going, bro. Good deal. Blowing this shit up like nitrous.
This guy likes
Good job, bro. All right, man. See you later. Have a good one. Peace.
Hey, Matthes. This is JT from Western Kentucky. Hey, regarding the Marty interview, I thought you done good. There's no reason to try to bury the guy. You told him what your beef was. Yeah. I thought it was pretty good. Keep up the good work. Love the show. See ya.
So, 2 positive voicemails, 1 negative email. Castloo, you break the tie.
I'm firmly on your side. You spoke your side, and
suck it, everybody.
That's it. So you think you buried the beef now with?
Buried the beef.
You buried your beef with
I think you got to throw out Gringo's email. He's too close. That's biased.
What do you mean too close?
But the second guy sounded like the more logical, normal human
Gringo
of the
said
2 voicemails.
So to the ass. All right, continue the emails. Dave, Steve, I just wanted to do a little PR for JT and his VIP experience. I just completed my 4th program with JT. At Daytona, I've done programs on the West and East Coast. I've gone by myself with old friends. I've taken the wife. Each time, JT has been consummate professional and host. It's not the JT that we know.
Well, we know him a little better.
Consummate professional. His
He's
knowledge,
professional.
I know. His knowledge of both the sport and industry make for a great behind-the-scenes look at the sport we enjoy so much. I would encourage any of your listeners who can to take advantage of this unique experience. They won't be disappointed. After spending the day with Jason, you also come to understand why he is the voice of reason of the Pulp Show. Steve, thanks for all the content you put out and the great job you do. I may shake my head sometimes at some of the things you say, but I love the way you say them and appreciate the honesty. Thanks, Dave. There you go. Jason36 at AOL.com for a Rocky Mountain KTM VIP experience. Jim sent this in. Wasn't that the worst track ever? I've been going to Daytona for over 30 years, and maybe there have been worse, but I can't remember one. I don't think I'll go to Daytona again. I enjoyed AC's win a lot, but the overall experience, I was really disappointed. Stadiums only. Danny sent this in. It's crunch time for guys in arena cross. What's the most important in a 5-round sprint? Speed, consistency, or aggression? Who's your pick? I mean, Owen's got 12 main events to everybody else 5, right? Like, why can't he keep it going?
He would be my pick. Fastest guy usually wins.
Right.
And their point reset, I looked at the points earlier. I think it's like 6-5, 4. Like, I think he has a 1-point lead or something.
Yeah, I thought he got more of a handicap. He only got 1 point. Yeah, no, I saw it too.
Yeah, it's 1 point, which is, I thought he got way more credit for 12 main event wins.
I agree. I thought so too. Apparently not. Jason's got a theory on why people don't like the bear. Jason, what's up? What's your theory on why people don't like the bear on the show?
I mean, personally, I like Bowers, but it does get old when he cuts people off a lot. He has good insight and all, but he does cut people off quite a bit.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? I did notice a little bit of that, Jason. You're right. Yep, I did. But he's not like a professional internet radio show host, right? So, I think people, Charles and Paul here, they're watching Daytona and commenting on the Daytona race because they don't understand that we're only on the radio, internet.
Yeah.
So.
And then as far as the Davalos interview, I'm stoked the guy came on. Some balls on his end to kind of just put everything aside and come on the show. It was a little lukewarm, but I'm happy you came on. And
I agree. He seemed to have a kind of a speech and thing he was going to say, and he said it a few times because I think he ran out of things to say. But, hey, that's his prerogative. That's what he wanted to do. And, I got a couple of texts from people that said, hey, man, on DMXS, he's not the greatest interview either, just Marty himself. So, that just happens. But I agree 100%. Props for him coming on the show.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I agree.
All right, man. Thanks for the call.
All right. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you. Charles Castloo from 100% Goggles, National Sales Manager. Paul Perebijnos from Pro Taper, ex-Pro Circuit, Monster Pro Circuit mechanic for Dean Wilson and Blake Baggett over there. Speaking, and Castloo's brother, Mohead, works for Dean now. So and Dean's half Canadian, 25% Canadian.
We're all connected.
We're all connected here.
We're in this together.
Dean went from privateer to Rockstar Husky. Stepped up his game, too. It's good to see. Gotta be pumped on it. Is it only a one-year deal? Like, is he just got this year?
I haven't spoken to him about the details of it, but I would guess, yeah. I mean, why would you almost sign anybody to a multi-year deal to anything sport?
Yeah.
Gear, team. I mean, there's not many guys you need to, invest guaranteed year. There's a lot, unfortunately, for the riders, but there's a lot of talent to choose from, and everything's changing so often.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm happy to see Dean get that ride. I wasn't a fan of Porcel just because I felt like immensely talented dude. Is he selling you bikes and gear? No, because he doesn't like to do media. He's not super popular. Is he putting in 100% effort? No. If I'm a team guy, I'm just like, why would I have him on my team? Like, again, he's been a dick to me in the past, so I could be, biased a little bit, but objectively speaking, when he rode well, I wrote about it and talked about it. But objectively speaking, Dean Wilson to Christophe Porcel to me is a way big jump for Rockstar, for Husky, for Bobby Hewitt, for everybody. In every which way. Results, effort, fan base, selling motorcycles, selling gear, right?
No, I think you're right.
Yeah,
I think I can't argue with you.
I agree. So, we'll talk a little bit more coming up here on the Pulpmx Show. Let's knock some phone calls off. Dave, what's up, Dave? How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. What's happening, man?
I'm thinking that it's almost math at this point with kind of that Tomac and Dungey outside of something weird happening like it did this week. Now I think maybe the X factor could be Cooper Webb. Like, he could be the one guy to get in the middle of them. I just kind of wanted to get your thoughts on that.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Okay.
He brings up a good point.
Webb can get in between them?
I actually think Dungey. Dungey's the one that maybe should have some anxiety about it. Tomac maybe not as much, but he could be the one to get in between Tomac and Dungey and screw Dungey's kind of safety net.
I'm still waiting for Anderson to get in between there. I feel like Anderson can.
It could happen, yeah. And I mean, you can't. He's not going to win out most likely.
No,
Dungey's not going to get second most likely. There's too much, difference nowadays.
No, I know. I'm with you, but it's still damn near. I mean, I get it. It's not going to happen 1-2 the rest of the way, but somebody's got to be faster than both of them, and nobody is. And Cooper would be the one guy to be faster than one of them.
What about Marv, though? Marv's been sick, but Marv will get back to that old level, right?
He could get back to that level this weekend. This could be a great track for Marv.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I can see
It's
Marv.
never over until it's over, for sure. So
let me ask you this. I'll start with you, Castloo. When does Roger say to Marv, let Ryan by? When does that start happening? I'm not saying now. It's a little early.
Oof.
Does it ever happen?
I don't think it ever happens personally unless it was like we're sitting in Sam Boyd Stadium and it's a 3-point difference. Then it happens. I really don't think it happens prior to that. But
I've never been on a team where I've seen it happen or heard of it happen.
Yeah, Peyton's not about that.
Yeah, he's not about that at all. I mean, the one thing Mitch has a rule on is his guys starting next to each other, which I totally get that. That's a big no-no because usually if one of you're going to wiggle left or right, and odds are you'll take out your other guy. So I love that theory. I get that theory. I wish more teams would do it because I think it makes sense. But I've never been around a team like strategy type thing or people taking dives and stuff.
Well, so there we go. Anderson, Marvin, and Webb. 3 guys that can really F this championship one way or another.
What about Seeley?
I'm waiting for
multiple
Seeley
wins.
Oh, dude,
multiple wins.
I don't know.
We're running out of time on that.
Marks was all about that, and I don't think he was right about that.
He could win. He could win.
I thought Seeley would be better. I'm going to be honest. I won 2 podiums this year. So
2, yeah.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks for the call, man.
Yeah, guys. Thanks. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, next up, Andy. What's going on, man? How are you?
Hey, Steve. How you doing?
Good.
How you guys doing on the show?
Good. What's going on?
Hey, a couple months ago, you mentioned something about possibly trying to get a podcast with Shane Watts. Any report on that possibly happening?
I haven't done anything about that at all, Andy. I don't even remember. But is Wattsy in the U.S. or is he back in Australia?
He's I was just wondering. I was when I was a kid, I was about 10, 11 years old, and I went to my first GNCC and watched him, and it was unreal. I just didn't know if it was something. Because I know you mentioned when you worked at KTM.
Yeah, he was something else. Yeah, no, he was something else, man. I need to get that going. I can call Australia.
Yeah,
that's fine.
I think that'd be pretty awesome. He from what I heard, like I said, I was kind of young, but from like what my uncle said and stuff, he just the way he was and his personality and stuff like that, he'd probably be a really good podcast.
No, I watched him take a bike out of the crate and go win the weekend, and he was pumped because he was sponsored by Michelin. Bikes come stock with Michelin. He was sponsored by FMF. The bike comes stock with a plated pipe that looks like an FMF, so he didn't have to put an FMF pipe on. And he took a stock bike and he won.
Yeah, and that one year he rode a bunch of different sizes.
Yep.
And won on a bunch of different sizes, which is crazy.
He was the man, for sure. All right, Andy, I'm going to mark it down here. I really am. I'm going to say Watts Pod and then circle it even. So there we go. Let me look into it.
Right on. That'd be sweet.
Thanks, buddy.
Yep, thanks.
Thank you. All right, next up is Kevin. What's up, man? You got a Get ignition?
I did. I was just calling to say thanks for having Dan Truman on. A couple weeks ago, I ordered a Get ignition from him, and FedEx it overnight to me and gave me a cell phone number and even answered my questions on a Sunday afternoon to get it working. So it works great.
Wow.
Really enjoyed it, and it's real good. So
it's a legit product. It's a little pricey. I'm not going to lie. But it's a legit product. It really works. Webb and Reed and the JGR guys in Europe, pretty much everybody has a Get except for Honda, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, I think. And one day, I believe
maybe
everyone
soon.
will be
so it is a legit product. It's awesome. Did you get the whole shot one, the ECU, the launch control?
No, I'm just a weekend warrior, and I got it on my KTM, and it works great for what I use it for.
Yeah.
So,
it's awesome. Thank you for taking advantage of that. Appreciate it. They're brand new sponsor on the show, and Dan Truman, good guy. Do you know Truman at all?
I know. Another company will someone answer your phone call on a Sunday and answer your question. So that's Dan for you.
Yeah,
that's the service.
Yeah.
Perebijnos, there's zero chance you're answering somebody with a pro taper question.
Well,
on a Sunday.
Yeah, not on my cell phone. No. Luckily, I have people that do that.
No, it's awesome. Great. Thanks for calling, man. Get ECU, Get Data. Please check them out and mention you're with Pulpmx. You contact the show and you can get the same deal that Kevin got. So, man, thanks for calling.
Hey, real quick, just want to say thanks for all the content and everything you do. You hopefully get through my work day pretty much Monday through Friday. So
awesome.
Really appreciate everything you do and all the content you put out.
Thanks, man. Yeah,
Is he balling you up with no Daytona race recap? Like he's balled up my commute a little bit. Need content.
Yeah, I know. Well, we'll get through it.
You can yell at him a little bit. You don't gotta be so nice.
Listen, Wygant and JT have been MIA. I'm ready.
Not your fault.
I'm ready to do it. I'll do it. And I'll bag about the track, and I'll bag about Daytona Speedway.
Why don't you call somebody else?
I should, right?
Yeah.
Well,
the show must go on.
One of the guys I used to call was Top Jimmy, and right now, Top Jimmy, hang in there, buddy. Broken vertebrae, bruised lung, broken hand, something else. Bad crash for Jimmy Albertson, and so he would be another guy I would call. He's unavailable.
What about Ping? I don't think he's available. Ping was always good.
Ping don't watch the races. He does. I mean, he's going to come in here shortly, but I wouldn't want to call Ping to just talk about a specific race because I don't know when he's going to watch it or if he's going to watch it, But, I mean, I could call Tits.
All right.
That'd be great. All right, Thank you.
Thanks again.
Appreciate it. So one of the things that came up last week was this Ustream MX Sports deal that kind of came out of nowhere. And full disclosure, I work for Racer X as a freelance journalist. I'm on retainer with them, and their partners are the same company as MX Sports. Coombs dropped this to me like it's San Diego, and I was like, he's just hammered or something. Like, I'm like, but Ustream and MX Sports, who have been at each other for a while, Giuseppe Luongo spoke about 4 US GPs at one point, and Davey, Coombs, and the MX Sports guys were talking about, hey, we have our 12-round nationals. We don't want any more GPs here. These guys have gotten together, it's a good thing. I mean, right?
Yeah. Like any of them working together is a good thing.
The GPs are going to there's going to be 1 US GP a year. They've already said it's going to be in the Southeast this year in 2017. Betting money is Gatorback, which would be interesting. I've been to Gatorback since 97.
Really?
No, 99 when Ryan Morris, I lost my golden wrench.
Yeah.
Got screwed out of it.
Man, he was good that year. I had to race him.
And who tuned his bike?
I don't remember that.
Me. Jetting it in that little area in the mornings. Like, the sun wasn't even up, and I had to jet this 125. Anyways, so that was kind of came by surprise. Motocross of Nations in America every 4 to 5 years, betting heavily on it being Redbud in, I think, 2018.
Or Crawfordsville, maybe I heard, possibly.
Yeah, they said Midwest, so I heard Redbud, but neither one of these are for sure. It's a good thing, I think, to get more races, to get these guys over here. I think I've long said Team USA. Paul, you ever worked for Team USA?
No, I've been on
Teams Great Britain.
No, Great Britain twice.
You go there. Team USA are the stars. Everybody wants to see them. They're a big part of that race. Without Team USA there, your win would have an asterisk on it. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Yet, nobody helps the USA get there. It costs so much money. Now, granted, these jerk-off teams send way too many people. I get it. But it's really expensive to go there. And I always said that the USA should be helped out with a MXDN in America every 4 to 5 years, which it's only been 3 in 40 years. Now, every 4 and 5 years with this agreement. And, and when Ustream comes over and sets up the USGP, they have the infrastructure of MX Sports, and they can use a national track, and it's a good thing. So, with knowing that, I spoke with Davey Coombs, the president of MX Sports, earlier about this deal. He's also the editor-in-chief, of course, of Racer X. Now, he couldn't come on the show live because he was maybe Razzles right now. Is it Razzles?
On a Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
What's the other bar across the street?
I don't even. The Gentleman's Bar?
Yeah.
It's got some funny name.
It does, right?
Lollipops?
Castloo? Nothing?
Lollipop sounds.
It does.
Could be it.
It is something like that. So, anyways, Davey couldn't come on live. He apologized for that, but I did catch up with him this afternoon to talk to him about the Ustream and MX Sports agreement. So let's listen to that. We're also gonna sign off on Facebook Live now because this is just a recording announcement, a recorded interview. But thanks everybody on Racer X Facebook Live for listening to the show. Appreciate it. We'll be here every Monday night for that. But for now, thanks to you people. Later. And here's Davey Coombs from MX Sports and